Hello, and welcome to yet another Q&A Thursday. I'm your host, Dane, and to my right, next host, Levi Gates.
I'm the next host.
You're the next host.
Amazing.
Toast to the host.
Feels great.
All right.
Hey, guys.
And to my left, Anthony Fisher, yet another host. You have a tri-host situation.
No, I'm the next host. We already discussed this.
Well, he's the next host.
So I don't like any of this, right? Why am I third in line?
Well, because you're the youngest.
It's not so much being third in line. You know?
I'm the oldest,
technically the youngest,
then Dane, then you. Third in line. That's how it works.
It's true.
Technically, you know.
Dane was hired first, then me, then you.
I happen to get a little seniority here because I'm the one who started the podcast, or pushed for us.
Technically, we all started the podcast.
We all started, but I'm the one who
said
we should do this.
But the thing is, though, the key of the rag company is in the beholder of Ragnarok, right?
True.
Which is,
that makes me the oldest.
Yeah, then he would have.
And the first son.
Yeah, and the first son, right?
Yeah.
So basically, it's just a shame that they only had one child, you know, and, you know, Dane was adopted, looks nothing like his parents, and you wouldn't even know that
Actually, what we need to do...
Oh, no, where's this
Some of those old pictures of your dad.
Oh, my God.
From the
he had an afro.
From the early 90s.
Yeah. Oh, no, not in the 90s. He had an afro in the 70s.
Yeah.
Did he ever have a perm?
Yeah.
I think it was perm.
Yeah.
So, but there's some mustache pictures of Jeff rocking his mustache.
Powerful facial hair.
And some unique spectacles.
You know what I don't get?
If we could get Dane,
everybody in the 80s had those glasses.
But here's the thing.
You know exactly the glasses I'm talking about.
But Dane, if we put those on you...
They're like
put the outfit on there.
They're not cool.
Maybe shaved a mustache in.
Yeah,
I think we'd have a very good Jeff Hennon.
I just think it's super unfair, right? Because every time I've grown out my mustache, Jeff hates it. He says, "Get that thing shaven off your face."
He's the only guy that can have it.
He's like, "It doesn't look right." He's like, "It's hideous." And I'm like, "How does that fare?" Yeah. Right? You literally had a mustache through your youth. You still have a mustache. Like what's going on there? And
like many things, as you go through the years,
well, I have a fuller mustache.
Certain things are acceptable at one period,
bigger than yours.
Jeff, I will never have a full mustache unless I continue to grow it and groom it. Right?
Yeah. Well, remember he said the same thing about me when I started growing a beard. He goes, "No one's going to be able to recognize you."
Okay. I will say, having watched that amazing Tollywood Indian movie, there is a powerful mustache in that movie. If you could grow a mustache like Raju, you could definitely rock a mustache.
I don't think I look good with a mustache. I just think it's hilarious.
If you had that mustache, you might surprise yourself.
It's one of those funny, I just seeing people's reactions, and then I get enough, you know, giggles out of it, and I shave it off, and I move on with my life.
Okay.
Well, so maybe the problem is he doesn't take it seriously enough.
Possibly.
Yes. So we are way out in the weeds on this one.
Can you get that screen towards me a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
I was redecorating the podcast studio. I had to move this out of the way.
Yeah.
So I realized this,
just hanging up one of our flags.
Q&A has started off on a weird foot, but before we get too far into anything or even do housekeeping, I'm going to ask you right now, rather than at the end of the show, right now, I'm going to ask you, if you have not clicked that like button yet, please do so. Whether you're on your cell phone or on a computer or however else you're going to watch it, click that like button. It helps us out and helps this get in front of more people who can ask more questions, which makes the show even better.
I like it.
So I thank you in advance for doing that. And of course, if you're not subscribed, please do so. We do this every week. It's fun, and if you know about it in advance, it's kind of helpful.
That's right. Yep.
So beyond that, housekeeping, guys. What's going on?
So, Dane, thanks for asking.
Yeah.
I went to lunch, right? And I took my motorcycle.
That's not housekeeping.
Yeah, I know, but I can get the allergies and kick in right now. And this fan that's currently blowing on me is I don't know.
It's agitating it.
It's agitating it. So without me sneezing, let's see. So currently, right now, right, on the Rag Company Instagram page, you can go and apply to be a Trc Ambassador.
What?
Wow. Okay, that's awesome.
That's impressive.
Shocking.
People are always asking, Rag Company, sponsor me. Well, you know, this is
or they say, how do I become a Grand Ambassador? Because you already have them all picked.
So how does the process work?
Well, thanks for asking, Dane. Yeah. Well, we do this 4 times a year, right? Yeah. So it shouldn't be any surprise at this point.
Once a quarter.
We've also done this for almost 4 years now, which is also great.
We got some practice.
We got 120 Grand Ambassadors. 160 Grand Ambassadors.
Yeah, 160. Well, no, we'll be at 160 eventually.
Right. This
So
will
amazing
this would be the
ambassadors of the year
160
each
baby
year.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how do you become a TRC Grand Ambassador? Well, it's quite simple, right? First, you need to apply, right?
Yeah.
You'll never know who you are until you apply,
The
right?
Yeah.
most
So,
important step.
you know, you got to put yourself out there.
Make
right?
sure
That's
it's
the
public.
First step. So,
Yeah, make sure it's public.
Make sure that your Instagram profile is public, so
Yeah.
I
If
can
it's private,
see.
we're not going to waste our
So I
time.
can see who the heck you are, right? And keep it open, right? Because we want you to be able to promote TRC, and you can't really do so if you're only limited to your followers.
Literally defeats
on a
the
private
purpose.
account. So every year or every quarter, we look for 10 people to represent us worldwide. Doesn't matter if you are in Argentina, doesn't matter if you're in Alaska, doesn't matter if you're in Alabama, doesn't matter if you're in Australia. There's a lot of A's there, but I mean, that's just to show you it's a worldwide program, and we make sure everything's kind of covered through our distributors and things like that to make it all kind of come together. But apply to be a Grand Ambassador. We don't look at follower count. We don't look at how famous you are or anything like that. It's really about quantity, or I guess quality over quantity, right? We want people that take pride in their pages, want people that take pride in their photography, their videos, their reels, whatever it may be. It's just the amount of effort that they put in, and that's something that we see. We also look for consistency, right? So if you're the kind of person that posts once a month, honestly, it's not.
Grand Ambassador really isn't the right fit for you.
It doesn't really.
So what you're
sell
saying
it
is
for
I
me.
couldn't be a Grand Ambassador.
Absolutely not.
I certainly couldn't be.
So I look for people that are really active and people that post, whether it's daily or several times a week, because that's content. I mean, they're putting out content, and I look for that consistency. And I also look at the interaction that people have with their followers, right? It's, are they replying back? Do I see them create interactive stories? Are they asking good questions in posts?
Yeah.
It's everything that you'd want to see from social media that could continue to grow. And there's a lot of people out there that want to grow on that platform. And so it doesn't matter if you have 100 followers. It doesn't matter if you have 200 followers. It doesn't matter if you have 100,000 followers. I don't really care, as long as there's some type of progression there, and as long as you're doing a good job of representing whatever it may be that you are truly passionate about, right? Any account that has like an OnlyFans link, probably not going to do you any favors, right? Just and I'm not no shaming there. It's just that's not our style, right? So, and if you're really a lot of political posts and things like that, also really not the style. I try to keep it, keep things neutral. I mean, I love people that are passionate about cars, passionate about detailing, passionate about microfiber, anything like that. And so after all the applicants come in, we close off that application period, shuts off. You can no longer apply. It's open for anywhere from a week to 2 weeks, depending on the time of year. And once it closes, wait till next quarter. We're waiting another 3 months. So after that, we go through the judging process, and we go through that checklist of everything I was kind of just talking about, and it takes us days, man. We have to go through every single account. I go through all their posts. I go through their story posts. I go through all that stuff. I'm like a, what do you call it?
Sleuth.
I'm like a little
detective.
Detective. I'm doing very sneaky work, right?
Yeah, you're doing full background checks on them.
And then depending on the quantity of people, I'll typically split it up, right? And I'll say, hey, Dane, can you handle these 50 people? I handle these 50 people.
Yeah, you sublet it out a couple times.
So we filter.
Yeah, we have to. It's just there's so many people. So it's not just me picking, right? It could be Dane picking.
You could blame it on me too, I guess.
It could be Jimmy picking. It's just we all know what we're looking for.
And then I have final say over everybody.
Oh, look at that.
Like literally, we have the final 10. We say, do you agree? And you go, oh, yeah, it looks great.
Yeah.
And I go, cool, Levi. Well,
I say, that was a lot I guys.
Unofficially,
and
it
I
goes
am
through a few
tired.
rounds, just
I am
narrowing
so
down each
tired. And I congratulate myself a lot of the time on how much on the success of this Grand Ambassador program.
Yeah.
But realistically, I got to give it back to Morgan for coming up and thinking about this idea. I think it was you and Morgan, Dane.
Yeah, Morgan was so smart.
Yeah, I think it was the two of you. Actually, no.
The full
Morgan had the idea, but it was you and Gabe that really brought it forward.
Yeah.
You gave it its legs.
I was uninvolved.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
really,
I mean,
and then Gabe
in fairness, Anthony was like the wind in the sails.
That's right. Yeah.
We
he really
made the
got it off
sails,
the ground, but you built
yeah.
the sail.
We needed him there to like
course,
help
yeah.
get it off the ground, but it was already put
Yeah.
together by the time he got
At
there.
no
Pain.
He was
That's
just
what
emotional
this is. It's
support.
At
pain.
no time was this 100% Anthony Fisher's idea.
Pain.
At
Just
no time at all in the history.
Full pain.
Okay, I'm gonna break it and just say, yeah, it was his idea.
It was all
So give him
Anthony.
the
Like
credit.
but
It
no,
really
seriously.
was.
Dane and I do very little with the Grand Ambassador program. It is all Anthony.
By the time it gets to us, it's already been narrowed down to
Right.
like maybe 40 or 50 people,
Correct.
and then we work on
Yeah,
that.
but I mean, but then
Kudos
but,
to you
but,
for
but
doing
don't,
it.
But don't let that defer from the fact that
Hector.
that Hector is running 3 Honda Civics and Levi came up with the Uno protected beadmaker combination as and it was Morgan as well. So you know, just it's okay.
Yeah.
But going back to what I was saying, though, on a serious note, I do want people to apply. You know, if you're in the shadows,
Yeah,
we've had
do.
so many people that have been in the shadows that listen to the Q&A or the podcast for years,
Yeah.
and they go, well, I don't think I'm good enough for it, right? Or I don't think I know what it
Right.
takes. And then we have people like the Bearded Hunter, for example, right? Who has been a guy who kind of lurked for a long time. We'd see his face pop up. I mean, and his content is killer. His photography is great. His videos are great.
He's got a memorable name.
He's,
Like
he's
got a lot
informative.
working
He's
for
great.
him.
Personality
Yeah.
in front of the camera. And I go like, dude,
Where
like,
have you been?
why the heck didn't you do it earlier? Right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. I need to figure it out. And
It's kind of like the reluctant leader syndrome. Usually it's the people who want to be the leaders that you're like, I don't know. But the people who are like, I'm not sure. Those are the people.
well, or it could
who
be
Right.
people
support, and
planning.
They end up becoming
They're like,
some of the greatest.
like, this is how I'm going to come into this. I know how I'm going to do it. But
Right.
point is, apply. Basically what you get out of the deal is you get a phone call with me, right? Which is
Oh,
always
that's
exciting.
nice. That's like-
Hopefully,
That's it. That's worth applying in and of
try
itself.
to bring a lot of
Really.
personality to those phone calls. And
I mean, we get those for free. But
Yeah.
it's kind of honestly the phone calls part is kind of exhausting because I love doing it, but I talk to these people for roughly
You schedule almost an hour.
You kind
30
of
minutes
lose
to
your
an
voice
hour.
by the end.
End of the week, I lose my voice, and I'm
Talk to 10 people, so it's 10 hours.
of talking. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
But we have a good time, and then after that, I mean, basically, you are getting swag, you're getting a lot of product. I mean, towels, you're getting chemicals, accessories, you're getting all that stuff, and then really, the goal is not that we don't handhold. Like, I'm not sitting there checking on you every week. Hey, how's it going? Do you have any? Are you doing okay?
Not
what's
micromanaging.
I'm not micromanaging. I basically say, here's the product, right? Here's a few, if the one
Yeah.
or two guidelines, right?
Right.
Don't post naked pics and watch your language, right? That's pretty much it. And after that,
we say like PG-13.
Yeah,
That's
keep
kind of the
keep
line.
PG-13.
It's like,
But
we
but
realize
have-
there's adults here.
have
so.
fun, be creative. I mean, I don't care if the music you choose has maybe some bad lyrics or maybe like cussing in it, but like nothing like derogatory or anything. But
Right.
Yeah, but a lot can slide.
but like
if it's
a lot
good
can
enough,
slide if it's fine, and basically have fun with it. And really, it's a matter of like, hey, what kind of content are you creating? What can I share? What can I do to get you out to potentially a bigger audience, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then what can we do to like cross collaborate or cross promote? And so I try to share a ton of stories. I mean, it's a ton of stories that I get from this, just because most of these guys are out in the field and have a different environment than what we have here. But it's
That's a good question, actually.
here we go. So well, let me finish what
Go
I'm
ahead and
saying.
finish your thing, but keep it on the screen,
But
please, Nick.
the idea is that we want to collaborate. This is a collaboration, not so much a hand-holding thing where I'm giving you a bunch of rules and I'm checking in on you. I check on the Grand Ambassador groups typically once a week, ask them how things are going. I thank them for their work. I say, hey, any questions?
Right.
And I tell them in the beginning, like, ask me questions. If you ever need anything, come to me. You can call me. You can, don't text me, but call me. You can email me, whatever it is during business hours, and I got you. And a few people do, but a lot of people just kind of run on their own clock and are able to get a lot of cool stuff done. So with that said, this last quarter for Q2, one of our best groups that we've had. I mean, Clean Start Details, killing it with the reels. Like I said, Bearded Hunter with the photography and all of that. I feel bad. I don't have my full list. Normally I remember everybody off the top of my head. But just to give you, then Chino's detailing, hilarious as always. I mean, just all of this stuff is great. And then let me pull up my... little list here. Hold on. There we go. And then, of course, okay, then I can't forget, so Tassif, who we met in the UK, right?
Yeah.
Awesome guy,
Yeah.
friends with Jack, and just super, super cool.
Yeah, worked the booth at Waxstock.
Red Rum GT500, Kevin at Force Induction Drive, Randy at Bagged STI, Gil HD, De Leon Auto Detailing LLC. I mean, all these guys are just, I mean, they're all killer. I love that there's a good mix of car enthusiasts, and I love there's a good mix of detailers. Really, I don't think I have. I mean, we ended up losing actually one Grand Ambassador on this last court. I didn't talk about that, but in the very beginning, before I even sent them product, they just said, hey, I think it was a girl, and it was a girl for sure. She basically said, "Hey, like, my friend's starting a detailing company for chemicals, and I kind of want to help him out, and I feel like it's gonna be conflicting, so I just have to politely decline." And I said, "Thank you for letting me know, right?
Yeah,
because if that's
nice.
the case, and you're not gonna help us out, then then I'm glad that you let me know ahead of time." So that's happened a couple
If that
times.
happens, please let us know ahead of time, because it's much harder to let the genie back in the bottle after you say these are the people.
That's happened a couple times. There's not really much I can do about it, but no, man, it's a great program. Try to be involved because it opens up a lot of doors for people. I really genuinely feel like there's a lot of people that have had a lot of cool success stories from just kind of getting their foot into the door.
There's a lot of people working at companies now where before they weren't even on the radar, and then suddenly the company's like, well, you believed in them, and they found their way into a public eye this way. Then do you think there's somebody we could trust as somebody that we actually employ or something like that?
Yeah, there's a lot of Grand Ambassadors that have gotten jobs in the industry. Not just detailing, but work for a company.
That are just
pretty rad.
That become friends with us, and I mean, and whether it's an event like SEMA or a car show, or maybe we're hosting something here, we always want to be able to kind of leave that invitation open to be able to come hang out, come meet us. We've had Grand Ambassadors come from out of state just to come see the place, give them a tour for the day, hang out with them, do things like that, and it just kind of gets you just a little bit further into the realm than maybe what you would have been before. It's not like we're some big, massive company that's just going to think of you as another pawn, right? The way this program is set up is that it is exclusive for the fact that you get more of those relationship building opportunities. Rather than just, hey, give product to anybody and everybody and then not know who they are.
Now, Bryce here, if you want to just answer him so he gets a clear idea of how this works.
So what if I deleted all the pictures of my previous truck that got a lot of support from detailing and I sold it so it looks like I don't post? Would that matter? But I'm posting now like I did. That's kind of tough. We
wouldn't have that context if we were just looking at your profile and saw that there wasn't.
Yeah, but
much
there's a spot on the document you can put.
But if you say that in the comments on the sign up doc, that does help us not just immediately pass it by.
Well, but I also look at the perception of other people though too, right? And I don't want to and it's if I choose you and you have 7 posts, right?
Yeah.
And people say, and then I post you up, and then everybody floods to your profile to see who you are, who ended up winning one of the spots, right? And they go, "How did this guy win with 7 posts?"
Right, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And then I get a bunch of messages saying, "Hey, so what's the deal with this?" Right?
Yeah.
Why did this person get chosen? Right?
Yeah.
Because it will happen.
Oh yeah, that always happens.
And then
now,
I'm like,
I will say,
I'm like, well, then I link back to this point of the Q&A where he mentioned this, this, and this. It makes it very difficult.
Yeah,
but if
there's always going to be haters.
Person is getting excellent interaction and those posts are happening with a regular feed, those 7 posts are going to turn into 20 plus pretty quickly. So if that person demonstrates that they're doing that, I wouldn't totally rule them out yet.
And my advice though is I wouldn't ever delete. I mean, unless they're like, unless
it's just like
unless every truck picture you had also had a picture of your ex-girlfriend in it, then I wouldn't delete that stuff. I mean, just because that's your
make a new profile or something.
I mean, that's your application. I mean, it's everything in the back, right? It's like basically if you had a job history and you only put your most recent job, and let's just say you're 40 years old and you've only had one job from 36 to 39, and I go, so you didn't work for all that time, or you didn't do anything, and that's not to be rude. It's just that's how
it'll just look a little weird.
Yeah.
So
all right.
So let's get into this. It's time for Q&A Thursday for everybody. So, as you know, we answer your detailing questions. We try to answer everybody's, as long as they're not, hey, what's up? Hey, so-and-so, how you doing? We'll leave that in the comments.
Yeah. All right,
so,
popping up. Starting with Alex.
Alex Duar, Grand Ambassador of the Year 2022, saying we'll catch
2021.
Oh,
21.
sorry, 2021. I forget what year we're in.
Get
his award right.
Sorry, I apologize, Mr. Grand Ambassador of the Year 2021. Mr. Alex.
You come
into
my home, you get my wife's name right. It's Christine If.
Christine.
Do you remember that from the Good Guys? Oh,
so we'll catch the live later, guys. Hope the week is going well. I recently coated a Yeti cooler with EXO. Looks awesome. Coat all the things. That's right.
Coat them all.
Hansi says, hello and happy Stroopwafel Eve. Thank you, sir. Luca Bonato, hey, everybody from Italy. Which is your favorite glass towel? I like FTWs.
FTWs.
Yeah, FTW or the
Diamond is another good one.
I like the Dry Me at River waffle weave, the 16 by 16.
Yeah, that's a nice one, too.
That's a nice one, too. Ian Moosegrove says, how did you guys ever...
Have you guys
ever did a dirty interior cleaning video using only own art? We have not.
No, we haven't. That's a good one, though. We'll have to do that, Ian.
We have Daily DIY Dude says, link to best drying aid towels. I don't have we don't know if we can link you, but all I would say is
go to
check out the FTW, man. FTW is one of the favorite drying aid towels that we have in multiple colors, so check it out.
Yeah, it's just our liquidator. Website, a bunch of stuff will come up, but we'll recommend lots.
Scott Kelly says,
Toast
happy
to go.
Thursday. Says, glad to see you beautiful people. Thank you, Scott.
Winner of the Koenig wheel giveaway at Christmas time.
Ooh,
for sure.
That was TRCMA.
Yeah,
he won those. Yeah, he won
that was a comment giveaway back then.
Ron Ayotte. Good afternoon, everyone. Ron, how's it hanging? And then Ryan Baumgart. I applied Dr. Color Chip to some scratches. It looks great, but now I think I'm seeing maybe some marring from using the cloth with the Sealant. At first, I thought it was extra paint. Do you guys have any experience with this? Should I compound out the marring? How long should I wait to do that?
Ryan, that's a great question. So, so that the cheesecloth or the white cloth that comes with it will in fact mar. I mean, it's not the softest thing in the world, but it has to have enough bite to be able to remove the excess paint. If you're seeing that, let that Dr. Color Chip section cure. Give it a couple weeks. Let it really harden up. And then I wouldn't don't compound it. Just take a nice light polish and an easy pad.
Something like even Stjarnaglas Skara on a pad and a towel and hand polish those spots if you want.
I mean, but if you have a machine, you can just buzz it down really quick. It's not going to remove the Dr. Color Chip. You'll be able to remove that marring. It's just, this is the reason, going back to my whole argument of why I like to do the Dr. Color Chip stuff first, right, before I compound and polish, just for the fact that if that ever happens and there's marring, I can clean it up. Because otherwise, I have, prepped the car, done everything, polished it. Now I'm doing the Dr. Color Chip. Now I have to spot polish that area and wait 2 weeks or a week till everything really hardens up, potentially, to then polish over it. I've polished over Dr. Color Chip as soon as 24 hours, but that was when I was in a pinch. Try to give it a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Then we have Dino says, okay, let's go.
What's
and then
up, Dino?
23 Mountain Dews says...
Wow, 23 Dews.
Yep.
23 Skidoo.
Says, when will the UBS be back in stock?
We didn't know it was out of stock, so...
No, it is...
This is the part where you say, I will check on that.
We're going to check on it.
We're told to say, we'll check on that.
We'll find out for you.
Yeah. Nick,
Daily Grind.
Somebody back there will...
Please help me with the window cleaner. No matter what product I use or rag, I still get fog wipe on my glass. So that's just a dirty... That's just dirt, cross-contamination. So here's something you can do. This is something that I've been using that I really like. I take an applicator sponge, like the Pearl applicator sponge, or even a 2x4, but the orange Pearl applicator sponge works really well. You soak it. Literally load that sponge up with glass cleaner. Not so much this dripping, but give it a good bunch of sprays. Make sure that one whole side of that face is damp. Then take that and actually clean your glass with that.
Yeah.
Use the applicator pad for that. This is going to do two things. One, it's going to try and grab a lot of the dirt and dust and debris and all that stuff, and it's going to hold on to it in the applicator pad. Yeah. Now, you have a fresh, clean towel that you're going to take and dry that surface. Then you're going to flip the towel and dry it again. Utilize the box method. I have found a much better use with the applicator, a wet applicator, than spraying product on, wiping it, not getting 100% even application of glass cleaner or 100% cleanliness of the glass cleaner. Wow. And I still get some of those ghosty marks. But doing it with the applicator, I haven't.
Just crazy to think that you came up with that whole method.
Crazy. That was something that I did not do that.
Yep.
Nope, that wasn't me.
It wasn't you?
No.
Oh, you can admit that? Who was it?
I think it was Sydney.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's her method.
Sydney. Yo Hurl says, happy Friday Eve to all. And then we have Briannical in here says, I can't think of a better way to spend my birthday than with you guys while working on tax returns.
Oh, thanks, Briannical. We appreciate that. Ask and you shall receive, Anthony.
Yeah. All right, so the producers have brought in a challenge for us.
Oh, all right.
And it is to, so are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay. 3 jet skis.
Okay.
Actually, for this one, it's actually not jet skis, right? It's 3 Hyundai Veloster ends, right?
Oh,
nice. In black, right?
Okay.
Green underglow.
Oh,
okay.
I like this. A lot of pops and cackles.
Pops and cackles. We have intake sounds. We have turbo noises. We have all that.
I like that.
So we're on a cruise. We're on a drive.
Okay.
We are riding out to Wisconsin.
Why to Wisconsin?
It's kind of a ways.
Or is it Wyoming?
Wisconsin.
It's Wisconsin. We're riding out to Wisconsin, right? Banging gears,
Octomonomach?
Yep. All 3 of us, right?
Okay.
We're going as fast as we can go, right?
The good thing about the Velosters, we can fold that rear seat down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
More space.
And we're going to be driving to Lake Country Manufacturing.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
Where we're going to be doing a break-in. At preferably.
So we're
at
just
night.
telegraphing that so they can see that.
Probably
here
shouldn't tell them that
prepare
we're
their security.
We're going to make a trip there to see some friends.
Wink, wink, to see
we're
some
going
friends.
to liberate
Wink, right?
some products.
And then what we're going to do, we're going to go into their foam pit, right?
Fun.
Where we're going to find...
It's like a big ball pit where the guys just jump in.
And it's where all the UBS sponges are stored.
Oh my.
Right?
Okay, all right.
And so we're going to dive in. We're going to grab as many as we can, load them in the back of our Veloster ends.
After we put the back seats down.
After we put the back seats
Dane
down.
has always said he loves a hatchback for its versatility.
Yep.
I do love a hot hatch.
We are going to bang gears all the way back to Boise, Idaho, where we will be selling these UBSs.
Wow. When will we be back? And have those UBSs available.
Unfortunately, by the time with planning and all the trips and things like that,
well, we have to buy the Velosters.
Yeah, we have to buy the Velosters, so we got to start saving up some money for that.
We might even have to make multiple trips.
They're getting discontinued for 2023, so that means we're gonna have to travel to go get the Velosters.
Oh yeah.
So unfortunately, we won't be getting those UBSs until the end of August.
Ooh. Okay.
Dang it.
Well, that's a few trips.
Well,
but it's something to look forward to.
Yeah. So
and do not underestimate the selling power of the UBS because it comes in and then it goes.
When it shows up, you better be ready. That's right. That's all we're saying.
So, DS says the key. All right, DS.
Key 3.
Briannical says, thank you, Hans. Ethan says, have you guys used the new PNS Lucid headlight coating? No, we have not. Hans says, I say post all the young Jeff pics. Stacy W saying, our brushes. Brushless. Car wash is okay for matte paint cars. Yeah. Ron Ayotte with mustache does come great responsibility.
Yeah, I understand that, Ron. I'm willing to take
also
that
has
on.
a mighty mustache.
Right when I was handed a baby, right, a newborn infant
to
child,
care for.
right, to care for and to keep alive.
You notice that your stubble got thicker on the top of your
to keep
lip.
alive for the next 18 years,
Weird.
right, or longer, depending.
Well, you
on
want them to last a long time.
Longer than 18 years, right? Well, before
but you're financially responsible.
I'm financially responsible, right? But like out of that time, 20 is out of my hands. There's not much I can do.
Right.
But I felt it thicken. It was a tingling sensation.
It's weird, right? It's like it was hot.
And I was like, is this an allergic reaction happening to this baby? And I said, no, I feel like I'm getting stronger. And I feel like mass is cultivating in areas that I just was so cold with before.
Yeah.
Like my stomach and my lower back.
Yeah, but then you figured out what
neck.
that stomach became a perfect perch for naps.
It was just the
naps.
weirdest thing that
strange,
happened.
On their legs wrapped over.
Dane, that's happened to you before or no?
I mean, I've held a baby or two in my time, but I already have the purge here, so it's just kind of
Dane, what that means is you might be a father somewhere. You didn't have to hold the baby, but somewhere. Right? The IROC C lady.
Yeah, you never know.
Oh no.
You never know. All right, Graham Marshall. Happy Friday Eve, lads. Thanks for dropping the wax stock videos. And Anthony, don't be embarrassed with your 3-inch tool. If you've never had a complaint using it, keep with it.
That's what I'm saying, right? You know, it's not how you
it's not the size, it's how you use it.
As long as it's dual action versus rotary, less people complain.
Yeah,
so.
dual action.
Exactly.
Nate Itzsteg says, good afternoon, gents. How's everyone doing? I already applied to be a Grand Ambassador.
Right on,
awesome
Nate.
job,
Thank
man.
you.
MB Auto Detail says, oh yeah, TRC Graham family, come on and join the family.
Man.
The Grammarly.
Then Brionicle wants to know, does the deep south of Los Angeles qualify for the Graham Ambassador program?
It does.
We actually love the deep south.
It does. Any
folks.
photos with fan boats or anything like that definitely wins you a few more points in the judging. I just want to see
spot a gator in your picture. I think that's extra points.
Gators in Los Angeles. I just would love to see.
It's a football team, I think. The LA Gators.
Just that deep south vibe, right? Whether you're pulling the crawfish out of the Venice, canals or whatever it might be. Just enjoy it.
Man. And Dane's favorite company, Villain Supplies Limited, wants to know where is the hairy housewife.
That's a great question.
That logo is everything.
That is intense.
That's
validating.
That is intense.
Villain Supplies.
Validating supplies.
Nate says, that's right, no detailing ASMR on OnlyFans, lol. Graham says he's still cleaning a Fiat. Nice, Graham. Bearded Hunter says, what's up? Oh, sorry. Bill Pearson says, howdy, fellas, from sunny, hot SoCal. Settling in for some hot tips and fun quips.
I like that, Bill.
They're in deep southern California.
Ooh, the Bearded Hunter himself.
Yeah. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear.
His ears must have been tingling, right?
Must have been.
Says, what's up, dudes? We are having a great Friday Eve and having a great day. So, Lucy, Larry.
Lucy, Larry.
Very different.
Sorry, from the distance there, I couldn't see him. Oh, Stacy. I got Stacy and Larry mixed up, right? Came up with Lucy. I don't know how that worked out, right?
Oof.
Says, yes, they're okay, but not ideal. Those soaps are very strong compared to most do-it-yourself hand soaps. All right.
Home soaps, yeah.
And then Shinehouse says, hola. And then we have Phil Bloomer saying, hi, guys. Have you tried the new ceramic G-Wash? We have.
I have a bottle on my desk. There's a bottle on
I have
Anthony's
a bottle on my
desk
as well.
Yeah.
Impressive stuff. It's great. Viscosity is not what you expect. It's thinner.
Low suds.
Low suds. It's thin. But I don't really have any complaints. I think it works great. I mean, during our test at TRCMA, it literally puts ceramic behavior on a panel that's
pretty crazy.
That didn't have anything on it. It's pretty nice. And then we have Hans that says, Morgan, really miss Lady McFoam.
Lady McFoam.
Supposedly, she's coming back into town.
What?
July 2nd to maybe I can't say the exact date.
She's coming around the holiday.
People are going to be waiting for her.
Luke's going to schedule a flight.
I don't know, somewhere in the beginning of July for a couple weeks or something like that.
Phil Bloomer.
And
maybe we'll have her in.
Yeah, maybe she'll stop by. I've been wanting to get her back on for a Q&A Thursday.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree. I think it'd be perfect.
I think that people would have plenty of questions for her. I think it'd be hilarious.
And she would not enjoy answering anything.
I think it'd be awesome.
She would hate it.
Get the gang back together. All right.
We'll
Nate
see.
Itstag. Phil says happy Friday Eve.
Yeah.
And then Nate says, I have an order that's supposed to be here Tuesday. Ready for some products and rep a TRC shirt. Nice, man.
Nice.
Ryan Hansen says, love the products, guys. I started with just a few, but now my shelves are primarily your stuff. Any new products coming down the pipeline at the moment, Ryan? Not really. We've got some new stuff.
Nothing we could talk about.
Yeah, we've got some new stuff, but the best way to find out about all the new stuff and the sales and all that is make sure that you're signed up for the newsletter. And you do that by going to the website, going to ragcompany.com, sliding all the way down to the bottom, and just give us your email address.
Yep.
Sign up.
Email
right
and
there.
then hit subscribe or enter or
Get
whatever
the
the newsletter
details.
asks for.
Yep.
We don't spam you. That's the most important part to point out is we only send you stuff that actually matters.
Bryce, we answered that one. And then Nate says, Levi, would you say Anthony has taken Instagram users from rags to riches? Lol. I would say that. I would say that.
That's kind of rough for some people, I think.
I would say that.
Quite the claim.
I would say some people might feel that way.
Simon Bach was a little confused. He added two people together to make this person.
Oh.
I saw Kevin Brown or Jason Rose using some sort of water-based polish, potentially McGuire's, to polish rubber trim pieces. Is it something you guys got any experience with? Yes. So Kevin Brown was using most likely what we call H2O5. H2O5 is 32 ounces of water in a spray bottle with 10 to 15 drops of 205 in the bottle of water.
See what they're doing with the
and then you
wordplay there,
shake
the
it up,
H2O bit.
and then you use that, and it creates a light, very light, fine polish to polish rubber trim. So,
or you can just buy hyper polish.
Or you can buy hyper polish and not have to worry about it. But what Kevin Brown was using is what is referred to as H2O5. So if you want, you can Google that. You can type in Kevin Brown, Buff Daddy, H2O5, and it'll give you the actual recipe online. So Graham Marshall says, just watched the 2019 Wax Stock podcast, which could now be updated to no time and to detail. They say it's a small world. You mentioned that Colorlock took you out for a meal in Teddington. Guess where I work?
In Teddington.
In Teddington.
It's a great picture.
It was that's a beautiful. Yeah, remember we went to. That was where.
That's where you went to the
Ram took us.
Whatever.
No, that's where Ram took us.
I remember that.
That was where Ram took us to that place right on the river,
down the street from the Starbucks.
And we got the ice cream, and then you had the Tahitian
the waterfront place,
Sun Mojito or something. Whatever. It was
like
called.
It almost felt like a little sailing club. It was kind of funny.
It was. And then
it was good though.
I do have a problem with that place, Graham. There's a lack of bathrooms pretty much in the entire UK.
That's all this guy
but
cares
especially
about.
On that strip of where that was, where we ate dinner at.
I mean, it runs alongside the river.
And I go, what are all these businesses that barely have bathrooms? And then, you know, they're all old from... I don't know how old those buildings are, right?
Some of them are old. Some of them are very old.
You just say, like, hi, I want to find a bathroom. Oh, there's no bathroom here. What do you do? Oh, there's a bathroom in the back, right?
Well, I live here,
you can't.
so...
But you can't go. You can't use it. Okay, what would you like me to do? There might be a Starbucks down the street. Might be.
My.
Okay.
My.
We'll just say Anthony had to use a Starbucks bathroom. Mobile Detail PA, I'm on it. We met at...
And then nothing.
Bryce says, I'm posting my new truck once a week like I did with my other one. Awesome.
Good. There he goes. We met at MTE.
Oh, MTE, Levi. Nice. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Daytona Wallace, I wish you guys carried more merch from some of the brands on the site.
You mean like shirts and hats?
Yeah, shirts and hats from the other companies. So you got to go to the other companies' websites to buy that stuff.
Because we aren't those other companies, but we do carry their products.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of, if we're the reg company, we'll sell reg company merch.
Of all the merch, right? If you're going to get anything cool.
I mean, we carry some Stiarnagloss.
And some Stiarnagloss.
Yeah, we have the Stiarnagloss stuff. But I mean, out of all the merch, I would say... Who has some of the coolest, right? So the Coach merch is kind of hit or miss depending on what style that you like.
The Coach goodies are always fun.
Yeah.
But all the goodies are fun. I love the hand sanitizer. I love the air fresheners.
The sanitizer,
the hair shampoo.
Little packaging.
The body wash.
Body wash, it's amazing.
Yeah. But you don't see that on their site. So, like...
Yeah. I had the hand sanitizer with me. I had a couple of those all through the UK.
Yeah.
So there's credit card size fit in your pocket.
They're literally like flat, like a flat wall, and they just slip in your pocket.
Rupes has some pretty cool hats.
Rupes has been doing good with hats and shirts.
Dylan, if you can, I don't know how that would even work, but finding a hat and shirt on that side of things from Rupes USA. PNS has stuff on their website, but I know they want to do more.
Yeah. Also, hats are expensive. Like, compared to shirts and some of the other stuff, you see the hats that are out there, and it's like, man, you want a really good hat, you're paying for it.
Yeah, well, is what it is. And then moving on from there, we've got Yo Hurl that says, is there a smaller logo sticker? I have a larger phone, and it's just a bit too big for the case.
There's not.
We don't. Man. That's a one-size-fits-all sticker.
It is, yeah. We're sorry.
It's the happy medium we came up with because we used to have like a
3
really
inches.
Big one and a small one, but we're like, this is a good standardized size for people.
We got a lot of employees that walk around with the logo on the back of their phones.
Yeah,
they literally wrap the sticker around their cases.
I understand you're afraid of it like catching or something.
They don't have any problems.
They hold up pretty well depending on the material of the case.
I did that for a while. Bryce says, I mean, I could unarchive all my pictures. Lol.
You could.
Won't stop
Ron says, recently recoated my Ranger with EXO. The truck glows. Nice. Joey Belinsky says, howdy y'all. Happy Thursday. J Bass says, what is everyone's preferred
mystery?
Dino, what's your guys' favorite video to this date that got a lot of views?
Ooh, are we going way back in the archive? Finances, because what's interesting is I feel like
my favorite
what's your favorite video that didn't
views.
get a lot of views? Because I feel like that's
our favorite
opinion.
videos didn't have a lot of views.
No, honestly, like some of the stuff that I felt was kind of
The aerial Adam Wash Wednesday is probably one of the funnest because it was our most out of the box style. When you look back, and I'm sitting in the front seat of a Suburban, and I look back, and Dane is fully harnessed in.
I'm wearing a forklift harness hanging out the back of a Suburban
slapped
on a
around the
racetrack.
back of the Suburban.
And then nobody watched that video, so nobody appreciated it.
And Anthony's in the aerial Adam behind us, and they keep passing it. Dane's doing his gosh darn hardest to get the shots.
With no gimbal. It was just a friggin'
There is
fighting me the whole way.
that I love
So
seeing Dane in a harness. I mean, the only thing that would have set it off is a leather mask.
Yeah.
Taking it to the next level.
You know, okay, one that I was really happy with that we made work that originally could have gone horribly wrong and ended up getting a ton of views by our standards was the first Adam LZ video we did was 335.
Yeah,
I felt like I was proud of that one because the situation we were in product-wise when we started that, none of our stuff showed up for that trip to Florida, and we were stuck. So we had to scrounge together whatever we could find at MTE, and we made it work. So I'm proud of that. So anybody who hasn't watched, especially those old Wash Wednesdays or all of our older travel vlogs where we went someplace and then nobody watched those videos, along with whoever else edited, it could have been Tim, it could have been any of these guys, but a lot of those early ones were just me. I'm really proud of some of that stuff, and nobody ever watched that. So if you want something interesting that
Go back.
we worked hard on, go back and look at the old travel vlogs, the old Wash Wednesdays. There's a lot of gems.
Well, and I
in
think
there that
about
just
our Jeep foaming video that we did.
That was one where I felt super lousy about it when we shot it.
500,000 videos.
I
My
edited
shorts,
the snot out of that.
remember
and
my
it ended
shorts
up being
ripped
popular.
in that video. I had to use a stapler and tape to tape my shorts back together.
Speaking of ripped shorts, the first Wash
why do you have to bring this
Wednesday
up? This
with
isn't
you
ridiculous.
knew what was going to happen.
Well,
That
we
Blue
ripped,
Evo, the first Wash Wednesday.
We ripped our shorts in videos.
Anthony, his shorts are ripped for that entire episode. You'll notice every time we crouched to do any kind of work, I had to pixelate. I had to look and pixelate for hours and hours and hours to make that video a success and work. So just put it out there. Put a lot of blood,
Go back
sweat,
in the
and tears
channel.
into those
Watch
old
some of the
ones.
old ones.
Watch the old stuff, guys.
I was going back in my archive of just my story post from back in the day, right?
Man.
God, man, Levi was like, "Wow, Anthony, look at you, you're Mr. Skinny," and I go, "God." I look at
Yeah,
my,
you
I,
see,
I was
you're
like,
like,
my-
4 years ago.
and I was like, man, but 4 years ago is not that long.
It's 4 years ago.
4 years ago, but 4 years of working here and Carolyn's Friday snacks and
I was a lot less heavy back then.
Our
too.
birthday snacks and birthday
cakes
trips.
and beers.
So
and
I'm thinking
things
from
like
now
that.
on, we need to start doing some. We need to do some jogging. We need to do some sit-ups. We need to do some light push-ups. Some light calisthenics like the Japanese do in the morning.
No, I
Don't know that.
There's a number of factories that
I've
provide
kinda-
calisthenics programs. We could do the exact same thing.
don't know about you guys, but when I started
I brought it
this
up
job,
before. Running meetings.
I'm pretty sure if
Run
I'm
while we have a
calculating,
meeting.
I've gained about 90 pounds since I
Okay,
started
Dane,
this
that's
job.
a
So
that
I'm
is
laying that out there.
that's a lot.
Yes.
That is quite a bit.
Yeah.
I was under 200 pounds when I started this.
Yeah.
I've only gained about
was like
I've gained
180,
like roughly
190, somewhere around
20,
there.
right? 20 pounds. But like I just don't like the fact that it's in my face. Dude, I'm telling you, my face
I've gained like
skinny.
25,
I'm like,
30.
Dang it.
Yeah.
So
What can you do, right?
I'd like to at least lose 20
What can
pounds.
you do? Probably stop drinking sugar-free.
Well, no, they're not. This is
Sugar-free is a
zero
lot.
calorie.
Yeah,
This is
we're
like
all
we're drinking
zero
water,
sugar.
by
I know.
basically.
I know. I
And
probably
everybody's
should stop.
gonna go, oh my god, I got the diet soda. Stop drinking it. There's nothing wrong with
I
it.
should probably just maybe stop eating bags of Takis before going to bed
Yeah,
at
that's probably a
night,
good
right?
idea.
That's
it's
probably
snack,
bound
it's
to
the
help.
snacks that we all do at night.
So
me
moral
eating
of
3
the
ice cream
story,
cones.
go back and watch our old
There
videos.
you go.
There's some gems in there. Travel vlogs
fun.
and Wash Wednesdays in particular.
So we have Alkaline Trio.
Hey,
says,
What's up, Dan?
Happy Friday Eve,
Hey.
y'all. Anthony, could you tell us how you clean glass on houses? I remember you used to do that for work and have a great method, but I can't recall it. Yes, in a nutshell, it's a window cleaner, right? For like, how long did was it
I think it
6
was
years?
47 years.
No, it wasn't 47 years. I started around was 16. It was I started. I can't remember what age it was. It was around.
Well,
it
you
was in
come
high
from
school.
a long line
I
of
was in
window
high school,
cleaners.
and I did it in my early 20s, and I did it when I was working here in the very beginning. I was doing windows on the weekends, and so method's pretty simple. Basically, they make it really easy nowadays. You can go down to Home Depot.
Yeah, you can buy all the tools.
Home Depot actually sells window cleaning stuff now. They didn't used to sell stuff, and it's very it's like stripped down form, right? The brand itself that's being sold there is actually a good brand, but this is their non-professional line. The stuff they sell, that's like their consumer grade.
For people who want to wash their windows once a year.
But it'll do the job.
Themselves.
And so what you need is it's a microfiber. It's a handle with a microfiber T on it. It's like
it's like a squeegee,
like a T wash handle. So that has microfiber on it, and you're going to throw that into a bucket of water and with a couple drops of your favorite dish soap. You can use Dawn. You can use Sun. Something cheap. Honestly, the cheapest stuff works. I feel like works the best. And throw a couple drops into a bucket with hot water, hot water. Right. Mix it up. Throw that thing in there. And then you are going to go to your outside window, take off your screen from the inside or outside, and then close the window. And from there, or clean out your tracks first is typically what I like to do. And then start from the top, work your way down to the bottom, right? Scrub, wash, wash, wash. Take your squeegee, right, which is sometimes attached to that T handle.
Yeah, you flip it
it's
around.
Like a flip. And then squeegee it down, right? And you can do them sideways, up and down, whatever you want to do.
Or you can do TikTok videos, and you can watch window cleaners do this
so stupid.
swoopy side.
That's so stupid.
You get lost in it.
I'm telling you that is the most inefficient method I've ever seen in my life.
They never have to wipe the window.
You always have to wipe the window.
Not these guys. They're professionals.
No, Levi, you've
seen it.
They will always
TikTok
have to wipe the window. There is no way that they won't have to go back and spot wipe.
You're telling me they wouldn't have to use like some sort of dry me a river waffle weave?
They will.
Or a car wash towel?
I'm telling you, there will always be a residual spot. And if they are truly artists, right, they are going to go back and touch up anything, right? The second you put that towel to glass,
the video cuts off.
The second you put that towel to glass, right, you're touching the glass. You're already doing something, right? It would be different if there was a method where you literally have no contact with the glass once again, right? But there will always be residual water. There will always be. So don't let those TikTok videos fool you. They're stupid. They do it.
Good words to live by.
But Anthony,
don't
you
let
think
the TikTok
people would
videos
just do that? They
fool
go
you.
on the internet and lie?
Yes, they do. So anyway,
all right,
have yourself a microfiber towel, maybe like a dry me river, or in my dad's case, right? I work at a microfiber towel company. My dad uses medical Huck towels.
Yeah, I used to use those to clean windows.
Those really just like
the blue
crusty
medical
feeling ones.
Crusty. And he's like Anthony, these work the best.
They were lint free. The reason is because they're lint free and they're used in surgery.
Yeah. They really are.
That's why
they work good.
They're so crumply.
They work good. It's just I'm like, Dad, you can support my business, I'm working at. But he's like, no.
You got a box of T-shirts you can use.
So, but yeah, so you're gonna do that squeegee and then go back up, touch anything up as needed. And if you're dealing with water spots, typically I use it's like an acid, or it's like a form of acid. It's like a compound and acid mixed together. Yeah, can't remember the stuff's name. I got Dane use it once. And then you use that with a little Scotch-Brite pad that it comes with.
It's interesting. It's like a paste almost.
It's like a paste, and then you do that in your windows. Bam, takes the hard water right off, and you're good to go.
Nice.
Really
all right.
Okay.
Jay Bass says, "What's everyone's preferred paste or liquid wax?"
There you go.
Honestly, Optimum Car Wax we really like. Kosh's Paste Wax really like. Stiarnagloss's Fantastic Wax, very nice. But realistically, easiest, fastest, funnest, bead maker. Yeah. Spray sealant, but it's nice.
But it gives it a particular.
It gives it a wax-like glow.
But he's saying he wants a liquid wax, not a polymer.
Car wax.
If you really want to use
Car Wax
that,
is good spray wax.
Optimum Car Wax is still one of the best of its kind.
Yeah. McGuire's Tech Wax 2.0. It's good stuff. Joey, or actually we got Mobility Today, says, is there any dangers using Silky Gloss detailing spray every other day as a morning wipe?
Nope.
There's no dangers of doing it.
Danger is a bit of a strong word.
And Silky is not a long-lasting product that has a lot of fillers in it to build up. So you really shouldn't have a lot of streaking. I think it's a pretty.
If you were using Parla, I would say yes. That's a little overkill. I would ask you to switch to Silky.
But you could use Silky, or you could use
Mork.
Mork.
Yeah.
And Mork, people get really confused by what Mork is. They think it's just a matte detailer for matte paints only. It's more so a waterless wash with no gloss enhancers.
Yeah, that's honestly what it is.
So you can use it for everyday wipe downs.
You can use it for your interior. I did it this past weekend. Took it to the car show with me. Wiped down the interior. Yeah. Wiped down my dad's interior on his pickup. Yeah. Used it for that. I was like,
I hadn't thought of interiors.
Really
that's
good.
A good idea.
Jack told me while we were there.
Yeah, he's like, give it a shot because
it's interiors. It's perfect interior cleaner.
But what I like about Mork, I like the smell of it. It's very unique, and I don't know what it is.
What would you liken it to?
It's not.
Yeah.
I don't know, Dane. It's literally
don't
like
have any frame of reference
It
for what
smells
like?
quite medical.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know
So
how
it's
to
a,
describe
so
it.
it's a
It's
clinical
good.
clean
It's
smell.
It's very clinical clean.
clinically clean smelling.
I even tried using it on glass. It doesn't really work on glass, but it works in a pinch.
Yeah.
Joey Belinsky stocking up on some stuff on my new garage and hoping you guys will sign my new banner.
Absolutely.
Joey, put it in the comments.
Joey, well,
on your order, put it in the comments. Have the boys sign my banner.
Anything
Ask
for a
and you
Southern
shall
friend.
receive.
Am I right?
That's right. We'll put some drawings of some sweet tea and some fan boats.
Emil, Vind.
Emil, Vind. Coach Chemie, what are your thoughts on that? It's
we
awesome.
carry it.
Everything's great. You'll love it. All of them. I'm headed down in July to go hang out with the boys from Coach Chemie
What the heck?
That's cool.
at
When
the
are you
at the
going?
Porsche Center.
What's the dates?
July 21st and 22nd.
Oh, I
Is anybody
can't
else
go
going to
because-
that?
Yeah, no, just me and Jeff.
Oh, wow.
okay.
It's gonna be a blast.
That's going to be so much fun.
We're gonna have so
I
much
wish
fun.
Sad I'm gonna
Too
miss
bad
it.
you guys can't go.
There
Sucks.
wasn't an invite for me.
Wow.
So
Yeah, it's too
Dang.
bad.
Must have missed that memo.
Simon Bach saying, I got an issue with my microfiber towels. I got this tiny lint fiber. It's barely visible. When you do windows, it's really obvious. Any tricks to get it out? What towel is it,
what
Simon?
towel?
So here's the thing. The reason we have glass-specific towels is those glass towels are designed to run on glass. Other towels are not technically designed to go on glass because glass is a much stickier surface than clear coat. And that glass will actually grab a hold of those fibers
Oh my God, why?
and it will pull them out.
Why'd you do
He's-
that?
he's
Because that's what the glass is
No,
doing.
but why'd you cup it like
Grab
that?
it onto it.
Oh
It's
my
gonna grab
God.
it. It's
That
pulling
I just
those.
feel like there should be like a yelp associated
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
that.
And it's
painful
pulling
looking
those
gesture.
fibers
That
out.
or like a cough.
Kind of. You could cough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's pulling those fibers. Yeah. So what it's doing though is maybe you're wiping the paint, right? Maybe you're using like an all-purpose Terrier 365 or something like that, and then you hit the glass.
Yeah.
That glass is much stickier, even if it's clean. It's much stickier, and what it's doing is it's literally pulling those fibers, shearing those fibers off, and that's why you're
Yanking
getting
them
it.
out. Yeah.
So, if you're not using a glass towel now. If you have a glass-specific towel, let's say you're using a Dry Me a River waffle weave or a standard waffle weave,
Or a
or maybe an
diamond.
FTW or a diamond, and you're like, man, I'm still getting this linting. If that towel has been washed with, say, a previous older towel or towel that's been damaged or towel that is frayed and starting to lint, those towels, because they're microfiber, are doing what their job is. All microfiber's job is to grab.
Yeah.
So it's grabbing lint from the other towels. And now those towels are all contaminated. So it just got to kind of think about when you look at the actual science of the microfiber and what its job is, there's certain things, and then certain surfaces react differently. It's just like, think of glass kind of like concrete. Like if you took a microfiber towel and rubbed it on concrete, you're going to pull a bunch of lint. It's going to abrade the towel. It's going to sand the towel.
I would never do that, Levi.
I know. I'm just saying that's what
That's a
happens.
weird
Same
example.
same kind of surface tension.
But he's
on
not
glass.
wrong. He's
So-
not wrong.
That's true.
Charlie Bermudez, questions about polycarb windows on a customer's race car. Tips and tricks on cleaning, and can it be coated? Yes, it can be coated. G-Technic makes a Perspex coating and polish
Man,
that
those
you
things
can
like to scratch though.
that you
Leave
can
them
put.
alone.
I would recommend Dry Me a Rivers, fresh Dry Me a Rivers to clean the glass.
Yeah.
Try and use G-Technic's Perfect Glass is designed for Perspex. The other one that is good as well is Glass by Stjarnaglass is good for Perspex.
I mean,
the
anytime
problem
you're
is
touching it,
though,
you should have
Perspex
lubrication.
is very, very delicate, so you want to
Yes.
make sure you, like Dane said, ample lubrication. So
Yeah.
I mean, like the Saab, the
tough.
Stjarnaglass Saab, beautiful car inside out. The paint looks fantastic, and then you get to the windows, and like we're working on that Wash Wednesday, right? And I'm looking at it, I'm like, everything looks amazing, and then you see the windows, and you're like, I can't do much about that.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it is difficult, but yeah, once it's been done, it's really hard to undo. So the best thing you can do is just avoid putting any marks on it in the first place.
Lloyd G, hey guys, happy Friday Eve. Combine some GSF and PNS Pearl, and oh my goodness, can you say cherry limeade? Ooh, that sounds pretty good.
That
Tad
does sound
Scott,
good.
where I live is
Good.
dusty. It's really dusty. I'm going to install Legend on my truck, and my truck is always outside. Will the dust collection on the truck affect the curing process?
No.
It's not going to affect the curing process. If you try and wet down the area immediately around the vehicle,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that'll help
Spray
bring it-
hose
keep
on
it
the
down a
ground
lot.
around the
Yeah.
area, just
Yeah.
kind of.
Like last night when I was working on my parents' car in the garage, I was polishing it, and I noticed that even though I had all my fans going, I tried to create a vacuum inside the shop.
It's a vortice of air.
But then I also have fans that are angled by the doors to like blow down. So I kind of create like a barricade.
Like the bug blowers at the supermarket when you're walking in the door.
This is literally what it is, Dane. And it's to try and keep...
It's a curtain of air.
Keep stuff from coming into the garage. Well, I noticed one of those fans stopped working yesterday. Oops. So I only had one fan blowing along the lower half of the door. So I try and have it so that they just get kind of stuck.
Yeah.
And that top one, all of a sudden I noticed stuff starting to settle when the wind started blowing outside. And I was like, oh, damn. And it was because of that. So I took my big fan on the wall and put it up, angled it more towards the ceiling just to try and blow some air to keep it from settling on the car. So there are some things you can do, Tad. So,
yeah, but then we got Dabbler Details, right?
Hey, Matt's in the house.
He says, "Hey guys, have you experienced marring after using panel prep? Also, does it go bad? I used a bottle opened at least a year ago, and it almost felt like I was applying a sealant. It was silky smooth."
I don't know if it's gone bad. If you're talking about panel wipe.
Panel wipe, it can't go bad. I mean, there's alcohol in it. So
which brand?
I don't think it would allow it to really go bad.
If you're doing like panel prep, Optimum, it's hard to say. They're all kind of alcohol based.
I was gonna say, I can't imagine the alcohol going bad anytime soon.
Yeah, weird. Unless you ran out and then you put like something else in and you didn't even think about it.
The only way it could be smooth is that maybe if you finished it out super well, when you're polishing or whatever you did, and you finished out with a nice fine polish, and literally the paint is just that smooth. That's the only thing it could be. I mean, panel wipe, cut 1-to-1, still feels nice and grippy. The new Chemie paint prep spray, which we don't have quite yet, actually does feel quite smooth.
It's nice.
And I don't know if it leaves things perfectly clean in terms of other paint preps. I don't think it's as aggressive. And then G-Technics, not G-Technics, but PNS's paint prep, always old reliable is what we call that. Does a little bit of everything. And then lastly, what do we have in the line? I think that's it. We only have those. We're going to have the 2 paint preps right now with a third on its way. Yeah. And they're just good old IPA. But weird. I mean, I don't know. DS says the Ultra Clay Towel instructions say to break it in on glass before first use. Is that a one-time thing when new, or do I need to do this before each use? Levi.
No, it's a one-time thing.
One-time thing, and then from there, you're good to go.
Yeah, but you want to break in the whole towel. So I basically tell people, do all your glass first. If you're going to get ready to clay or you're going to use the clay towel, just clean all your glass first. And make sure you flip that and make sure all 4, if you've got it squared and folded, or if you just have it flat, make sure that you've applied pressure on all the right spots. The goal is just you want to hone it. You're trying to get all the production roughness or high spots out of it before you put it on your paint, because those are the marks and spots that are going to dig the most and could have the potential to cause a scratch. So you always want to rub it on glass first. So Daytona Wallace, I've been using something like the Jersey scrubber on my dirty glass first before towel cleaning. That's another great reason to buy some Jersey scrubbers. You can use that too for glass cleaning.
Yep. On to page 2.
I had a very famous detail trainer reach out to me.
Really?
And say, I just used your clay towel.
Yeah.
And put some marring and some paint.
Oh, yeah.
And
good.
Want to know what's up.
Yeah.
I think it failed. I don't think it's right. And I said, did you clean the glass with it first and hone the surface like it states on the box?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I love waiting for the response to that.
It says that to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, well, the cheap Chinese ones I get never tell me to do that.
Well, and I said, maybe that's because those are cheap.
Well, the cheaper ones also tell you to do that prior to use. Almost all clay towels ask you to do it before use. And he goes, well, I guess I'll do that then.
Mm-hmm.
And then wrote back and said, wow, work great, no problems. And I go, again, please, ladies and gentlemen, read your directions. We put them on there for a reason. So.
I wrote those directions.
Yeah, Anthony actually wrote those.
Well, it's funny
because the fact, and if you don't read them, it breaks my heart.
No, but there's this thing where, like, on a lot of products where we haven't had the ability to help write the instructions for a bottle, people come at us with, like, thinking it's a gotcha thing where they say, well, the bottle says to do this. And it's like in our video, we clearly state, here's how we would prefer to use this. Because we don't make the rules on that. We just know what works for us, and we try and pass it along.
Grady, sorry, Dane, says, hey, guys, any suggestions on new glass cleaner I can try? Maybe TrueView or Coach Speed? Interested to get your thoughts. Thanks so much. So at this point in time, I can say that, honestly, I feel like we have some of the best glass cleaners available on the market.
Like the best.
Seriously, and they're all very different from each other.
Yeah,
and
all four of them are amazing.
And it's worth trying all of them. I know glass cleaners take a long time to blow through, but do it. Try to get through them. Long story short, I think the Koch glass cleaner all around is great. Has a really good fragrance to it. Leaves everything nice and clean feeling. Safe on interior, exterior. It's just a worker, right? TrueView is going to be more similar to most, old school, not old school, but old school detailing glass cleaners. It's just it's exactly what you expect of a glass cleaner. Streak free. It's really easy to use. Works great on an applicator pad, like Levi said, if you want to get some extra squeaky clean glass. Basically, I think the Koch stuff has a little bit to like modify. There's a little bit of friction modifiers in there or something like that to change the surface tension just a little bit. I think TrueView is your squeaky clean glass that you're typically used to, that's been around in the industry, but just is kind of old reliable. And then I feel like the G-Technic glass cleaner is like that extra squeaky clean that you may or may not like, because it grips hard and it cleans well. That's the stuff that's going to cut through anything tobacco related on the inside of a vehicle, any type of like off gassing. It's just a good cutter. And then glass from Sternagloss it's a
surfactant style.
More of a surfactant style cleaner, and that's also a different style that I love the smell of. It's also one of those very kind of
slippery. It's nice. It cleans well, and then the wipe off is amazing, and it's almost streak free, which is crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't find any fault with that. And in all of our testing and how long we've been using it now for the last couple of months, that's the one I feel like it's easy to pick up. That and TrueView are the easiest for me to pick up, mainly for the fact that everybody already uses the Koch stuff around here, to where I go to pick it up, I go, empty bottle. I'm like, who's using this? It's Nick wiping down his Sequoia. He's like, this stuff's great, right? And I look over in the corner. Gabe's wiping down his Land Cruiser with G-Technic, perfect glass. He's like, I love this stuff. It takes the film right off. And I'm like,
TrueView worked wonders.
And Sebastian's out there cleaning his glass, and we're like, what are you doing? He's like, I need to be able to see so I can drive.
But I will verify that all of those glass cleaners are safe on your glasses, as I've used them all on my glasses, whether I'm supposed to or not.
That's right.
Yeah.
They're safe for everything.
Yep. So on that note, we got one last question before we go to break, and then we'll come back after that. But let's hit this
Mobile
one first.
Detail PA, long-lasting tire dressing. So I would say Koch Chemie PSS and Gumi.
Yeah.
Those are my two favorite, longest-lasting ones. So
very solid.
Okay, so
there you go, guys.
Dane,
we'll be right back after this brief break. Don't go anywhere unless you're just grabbing a snack or bathroom break, and come right back. We'll hit more questions.
That's what I'm
after
doing.
This. Hello, and welcome back from that fun little ad break and a little debut there.
Little new,
hope
some
you guys
new stuff.
Enjoyed that.
Couple new ones in there. Hope you guys like those.
Just mixing it up on you. So thank the team behind the walls here for making that last one you saw. That was a pretty cool one.
I like how I actually did most of the washing on that.
Oh
yeah,
but it looked like
it looked like Sid was doing most.
I can proudly say that I wasn't involved in any of that shoot. Literally not any of it. Yeah. I wasn't there on going off road. I wasn't there in any of that. And it's true honesty. Like, really
well, they did a super good job.
They did. They did a great job on that. Hopefully you guys like that. Ron A. Oates says, I applied for a Grand Ambassadorship.
Right.
Awesome, Ron.
We'll check it out.
Good job.
So we've entered the second hour. For those of you that just joined us, we're going to be going through the questions, answering them, and submit your detailing questions now. This is also the fun half, so we kind of just get a little
gets a little sillier. More loosey-goosey. We might go on a tangent or two, but it all relates back to the stuff. So
but we are 36 minutes behind on the questions. Just be aware. All right. Kimberly saying, greetings from Chicago. It's finally cool enough for relaxing after work rinseless wash.
That sounds quite
Enjoy,
nice.
Tim.
Would have been nice, yeah. It was hot last night, and I was doing a soap and water wash, and I wasn't enjoying it.
See, that's just making
drying
more work
faster than I could keep
what
up.
you need is one of those personal cooling fans.
Ooh.
I have a lot of those.
Or a mister.
Yeah.
Get a mister on the garage
His
thing.
face is always, glasses are always. I can't see anything.
I just have Augie over there holding the gun.
Yeah.
Just spraying it in the air. Nathan West, easiest coating for a newbie to try first. PNS Soul.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's probably the fastest, easiest coating for you to get into.
Yeah. Soul, and then
this day and
probably gloss coat, but Soul is. I don't think you can screw that up.
You can literally put it on your panel.
Yeah.
Go have a bite to eat. Come back and wipe it off. And if it doesn't wipe off, you just put a little more on it, and it wipes right off.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't mess it up. You cannot
coatings.
mess it up. And yes, it's a bigger bottle. There's a smaller bottle coming out this year. But the big bottle allows you to get a lot of practice. You'll be able to coat your cars. You'll be able to coat your friends and family's cars.
Your fridge.
Right,
cabinets.
maybe your cooler like Alex did. Yeah. You know, I've coated my air conditioning unit when I bought it. It cost me $5,000. I had to coat it.
Oh wow!
Well,
made sure
in this
it looked
case,
nice.
I mean, so think of it like Costco, right? You get a lot of product, and then it goes such a long way. You're set
Or
for
like
a
me,
long
where
time.
you're forced to have to buy a new washing machine. Maybe coat that too, or a new dishwasher. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Thinking I might have to coat the front of my dishwasher, the new
keep
one.
all those grubby handprints
well,
from kids off.
so
or
I bought that
whatever,
new
right?
dishwasher originally 4 years ago. My mother-in-law used some sort of harsh chemical, stain the stainless.
Ah.
Wow,
So I had these
not really
stains-
living up to the name of the
Had these
material.
stains in it, and I was like, dang it. So kind of excited about getting a new dishwasher just so that I can coat it properly and make sure that it's protected.
Right.
Hans closing saying, get Morgan back on the Q&A, hashtag.
Oh, good luck.
And then Simon Bach did a little talking back to Dabbler. The Bearded Hunter, that active foam body wash.
I wish.
That would have been awesome if it was.
Want that to be the fragrance. It's
just burns.
Fresh up for men. It should be that fragrance.
Yeah.
Jay Bear, glad to see everyone back safe and sound. Hip replacement surgery on Monday. I really miss working. Oh man, Jay, I hope you get back into it fast. I hear those
Get well soon.
hip surgeries nowadays are doing pretty good at getting you back up and mobile and
A lot
walking.
better than it used to
Pretty
be,
quick
that's for
back
sure.
than what it was 20 years ago. So
You're the bionic man.
yeah,
Right? Hopefully titanium, right? Be like,
that'd be
maybe
nice.
kind of sweet. Come like, can I get some burn titanium hip? Like, sir, you will never see this. I know.
Yeah, but
I'm like, but I'll know in my
Well, that's
head.
what I did when I added gold. When I got my gold teeth,
Yeah.
they were like, "Do you want white porcelain or gold?" And I said, "Gold, so people know
Yeah.
that I got teeth. I got gold teeth. Like, I want that."
Most people don't.
Most people
but
are
Yeah.
like, I
that
don't
is
want anyone to
pretty
know.
sweet. You know, depending on who you ask.
I have 3 of them, and they look pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Next one's I told Carly she has to get a root canal,
Yeah.
and she was
Trying to
like,
get a gold tooth.
and I said, "Are you gonna get a gold one?" And she goes, "No," and I was like, "It'd be pretty hot if you did." She's like, "No," it's like right here. I'm like, I'm saying.
Everybody can see.
Just saying,
saying.
nothing like a gold tooth, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
that
dear.
gold
speaks
like,
value.
I was like, wasn't there a Fleetwood Mac song called "Gold Tooth Woman"? Something like that.
I don't.
She was
I
like,
think you're making that
She
up
goes,
now.
"No, it's gold dust." I was like,
Oh,
okay,
see,
yeah, no.
that's...
Anyway, Dino saying, can we get insight on the PNS clay towel? Maybe just a different color from yours. So, in case you guys are probably wondering, it is the PNS Ultra Clay Towel.
Yes.
Wink.
accident.
Graham Marshall, I've been
Think of that what you
messaging
will.
with John Hull and have asked him to order 4 T-shirts for me, Debbie, and a request for one to be signed by ULabs. Graham, you'll be happy to know we signed it yesterday. It's on its way to you. So they're going to John first, then you get your order from John. So, Mobile Detail PA, what do you guys think of the Koch Chemie Active Snow Foam?
Love it.
Awesome.
Love it.
Awesome.
Used it.
Awesome.
I used it on a live Instagram feed. Was it 3 days? How many days ago? It was last week.
Yeah.
Before the car show, I was using it on Dane's Thunderbird, and
Yeah.
I love
Everybody
that
was
stuff,
going,
man.
I got to get this.
Yeah,
They were all loving the
everybody-
smells. They were all
Yeah.
deep, breathing deep.
Yeah.
And then I
It's-
walked in and sprayed Fallout Remover, and all of them were like,
And all
"Oh,
the
we
people say,
forgot. We need to stop breathing so deep."
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
You know,
man.
it's a great product. It works great.
Yeah.
Smells great. Does exactly what it says it does.
That was
It's
really
awesome. Mitchell Long, not to be confused with Mitchell Short, says, "I like all the videos with Matt from OG. The chemistry is awesome."
Thanks, man.
We
We have fun with Matt.
We need to go
Yeah.
back and do something with Matt. It's just Florida is so dang far away.
Florida is clear across the country. Yeah. Matt doesn't like flying this way.
No.
He only does it for certain reasons.
Rare occasion.
Yeah. And we're not one of those reasons.
No, the last time he was here was because he was doing that Shelby or that Ford Raptor event.
And he was in
Utah.
Yeah.
So it was close enough. He was just like, I'll just go out to the rag company.
But the point is, like, we've been wanting to get down and see Matt. Yeah. We want to be able to do that. It's just we're both so busy now. It's a lot harder. When we were both smaller companies, it was a lot easier to get some time together. And now it's just we're all just so busy. But no, we still text him. We still talk. We still call. Still random. You'll hear Anthony and him talking hot Honda talk. So
Nate says, "Welcome to the Dad Life." Am I right?
There you go.
And I know Dane doesn't know it, but there is a child out there that bears his
resemblance.
Let's not start any rumors.
Yeah.
We have Kimberly says, anyone have parking garage overhead fire sprinklers leak on their car? I'm noticing a few odd runs and drips in my coating.
Yes. So I used to get this a lot because I used to do a lot of cars in downtown Boise. And specific parking garages, they would have a leak and they would literally say, we had a leak, and they would call and go, hey, we've got 25 cars. They got dripped on, and the customers need to get off. A lot of them are mineral deposits. A lot of them are dust and slurry, and because they run down the side and then they drip, and it's just a lot of stuff. So a mineral remover, so a mineral deposit remover works great for this kind of stuff. So whether that be the G-Technic or the water spot remover or even Optimum's MDR, both those products work great, and that's all really you got to do is hit that little area, wash it, clean it, should be able to remove it, no problem. So, Dabbler says, I'll check it out. Never had an issue with it in the past. Mobile Dplpa says, hold on. Good sun-friendly sealant or Chemex. Or maybe it was on regards to Chemie active snow foam or Chemex. And then good
Let's just go with good sun-friendly sealant.
We good sun-friendly sealant. There's not many.
No.
For sun.
If you can get shade,
you need shade. You need to make sure that surface is cool. It's just the way the two chemicals react. The chemical reacts on the surface. It'll dry very, very fast.
You can get away with washing in the sun with like O&R or something, but when you're applying a sealant, that's not the place to be messing around.
Dino wanted to talk about my favorite video. The video that I did, I think I'm the lead star.
Not even in it.
The lead star in that. Water spot removal hit 1.2 million views. In no way you could have predicted it. I know when I developed that video, shot that video, edited it all myself, I was really surprised. Really surprised, honestly, Dino.
Yeah. What a unfortunate thing, right? You go out and shoot this video. It was just off a whim video.
Yeah, I used your wife's car.
I used my wife's car. It has always attracted water spots.
Right before you sold it.
And I said, well, I got to get rid of these water spots anyways, right? And we went through and compared a couple different methods, and go figure the best method was like the one product that we don't sell. And so over the years, we've probably received maybe a couple thousand requests on where somebody could buy Mark V wheel acid.
Which I brought in.
Which Levi just brought in because he got it from a truck. And everybody's
like, just like, show me your ways.
Where do you get the wheel acid? Where do you get the wheel acid? And I look at Jeff and I say, if we would have just sold Mark V wheel acid, we'd be rich.
Yeah,
it's so dumb.
It would have been amazing. But
I don't want to be
also
responsible
have been
for
liable. Ryan Baumgart, $9.99. Thank you, brother. Thanks for answering my questions every week. Leaving for vacation right now and still had to squeeze in some of the show.
Thanks,
Ryan, thank you. Thank you for your
travels.
questions. We appreciate all that. And Dane, you post.
I did not do that. That was Nick.
Okay, we already answered that one, Nick. Simon, have you guys ever used a glass coating on house windows?
So I used. So here's actually, it's a good thing and a bad thing. I ended up using the Sonax spray and spray.
Yeah, BSD
no, not BSD. The orange bottle. What the heck is it called? It's you mix it with water. You spray it on, then you blast it with water. What is it called?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but
spray and seal and spray. I can't think of it right now. Orange bottle, Sonax stuff. I used that on my house windows in my previous house. It was a great idea at first, right? I blew dry the windows. It was awesome. It was great. I sprayed it on, pressure washed it. It was like, wow, what an easy clean, right? Problem was all the future dust storms and when I had wind when my sprinklers were on, it got onto the window, right? The surface tension was not high enough to cause the beads to run, but rather than to stick, right? I ended up with pretty bad water spotting, whereas I probably wouldn't have ended up with bad water spotting if I didn't have used it. So the beads kind of made things worse on the windows where it was unnecessary.
On a vertical
naked
surface.
glass,
Because of the break.
because naked glass might be like hydrophobic for a little while until it starts getting clogged up and dirty again, and at that point it just sheets water, right?
So
And-
what about our top secret product that we've been playing with? What if we use that?
Oh, that's a
That
great
might
question.
be something to try.
Because of its sneaky options that it has.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll have to try that out.
Time for some
G
testing.
Davis, oh my gosh,
the great
of course
G
he's in the
Davis
house,
says,
right?
I'd like to see a video with Dane in a Japanese factory doing early morning squat thrusts wearing just a kimono.
Where'd you find a kimono emoji? A kimoji.
It's probably in there.
That is
in the
great.
latest update.
I would just pay money to see Dane in the kimono.
I
That
mean,
would be
I've worn a kimono. It was lovely.
I can order one for
breathable
you.
for you.
Very comfortable.
Very
Very comfortable.
Airy, as you would say.
Like I said, I was wearing the kimono. I didn't say anything else.
Okay, moving on. We have page 2 here. We have Alkaline Trio says, that's in Russian.
Wow.
Anthony, I'll be doing windows on my house soon.
Mazel tov.
You suddenly moved from Alaska to Russia? What's going on there?
Well, you
So-
can see it from there.
Yeah, you can see it from
how
his
would you
house.
clean the window tracks? Just a soapy towel followed by rinsing it out?
Yeah, so I use they make track brushes for like professional track brushes you can use, or you could just pick up any old
Like a detail factory brush?
you could like a boar's hair. You have to
Yeah.
it's stiff. You have to have stiff.
Right. You
bristles.
just wrap some electrical tape around it, tighten them up
Now,
a little bit. It'll stiffen up the bristles.
maybe you could do that.
No,
but-
on the boar's hair. You could take
Yeah.
a boar's hair and then you wrap a little
Oh, I see.
electrical
I see
tape
what you're saying.
Yeah.
around it so you just tighten
I just don't know if you have that
bristles.
much length with electrical tape because the length it's only like that long. Electrical tape is half that.
No, you don't have to go that far. You can just
Yeah.
do it.
Oh,
And that's
You're
how
just
you
trying
go.
to bunch it near the top. The rest
Yeah.
does itself.
But yeah, just a brush. I mean, really, and you're just using the same hot soapy water that you're using.
Yeah.
And once it starts kind of running down there, it'll loosen all that up. Window tracks, if you keep up on them once every 2 or 3 years, it'll always be relatively easy to clean. It's the ones that go years and years and years and years, and people are open window peoples open window people. Maybe that area gets a lot of water.
Yeah.
Where it will build up mold and it'll build up. Like I've literally cleaned people's houses where I open up the windows and I go, "There's a terranium in this window track."
My neighbor's having that issue. I left
literally
yesterday morning.
plants growing in.
I
this.
left yesterday morning. I was like, weird. She's got a lot of, the restoration company there working on her place. And I was like, strange. And I look in and they're cleaning out the underside and ask Carly, I go, what's going on? She goes, oh, our neighbor has mold.
Yeah.
I said, oh. She goes, so she's paying like $5,000 to get all that mold abatement done.
Yeah.
That's why she's had respiratory issues the last 6 months. I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, your health is
Good to
worth
know.
something.
Good to
so-
know.
Window tracks
fix.
will collect mold. It will start growing things. It's good to get in there and clean everything out. But if you stay up on it, it makes it a lot easier. Like I recommend if you're gonna pay a professional window cleaner once a year, it's easy. It's a couple $100,
Clean slate.
roughly a couple $100, right, inside and out. Or it could be less than that if they just do the
Yeah.
outside. But our general rule when we're window cleaning that we recommend is we would say if you're gonna have your windows cleaned every single year, right, and you want to stay up on it, outsides of the house done once a year, right? Insides of the house every other year, right? So basically,
Okay.
unless you smoke or unless you vape
or you got
or
a little,
whatever.
maybe you got tall
Yeah.
windows and you got a baby that's
Yeah,
sticking their
putting
face
fingerprints
on it,
on.
or dog
But
noses.
yeah, it's funny because I did the windows whatever a couple weeks ago at the house. I did it and I was like, so proud. And Katie's like, what are you doing? Why do you always pick up these weird tasks that you don't need to be doing at that time?
Right, like
right?
O&R in
like
baseball.
O&R
But
in
it
the
needs to be
baseboards, right? And I
done.
say, trust me on it. And after I finish and she looked at the glass, she goes, oh my God. She's like, I love this. She's like, I'm like literally, she's like, I want all the windows open. She's like, I want to let it in because everything looks so good. I'm like, I told you.
Suddenly, I'm
I
not
told you."
hiding from the dirty windows.
And
I've never had the
embracing.
so I need to.
I can show you. And
Well,
come over your
if
house
you
and-
remember 4 years ago, I asked you for your dad's phone number
Oh,
to call him to come clean my windows on my house when I bought the house,
Oh, yeah.
and you ignored me.
Do
Um,
that.
Well,
So I wanted you to just
so-
call me.
I could
you
just
know.
look
I
his
didn't know that.
business
You
up
could have
and
said
hire
that.
him, I
You could have
guess.
said,
Yeah.
"I'll just come over and do it." I would have been like,
But
Okay.
Dane, I would never clean Dane's windows.
Right, I wouldn't
See,
either.
I was going to hire him just to do that.
Yeah. I wouldn't even ask Anthony's dad to go over and clean your windows.
Danger thing there.
Yeah, he could fall and hurt himself, and then Lucy wouldn't have a grandfather.
Sorry, I guess he just won't get the business then. I was trying to be nice and here people do.
Yeah,
No, but I like it. We went to my sister-in-law's once, and she had window cleaners there, and they were cleaning all her windows on her house, and I was like, I need to do this.
So
yes,
also,
the impression is
as weird as it is, if you're a detailer, I almost promise you that you will enjoy window cleaning if you enjoy the satisfaction of looking back at something and thinking, wow, that looks
But
nice.
again, having the proper tools makes the job
But
easier.
you have to have the proper tools, and but once you buy them and once you have everything, you'll have
You
them.
just put them in a bucket and keep them there.
But I mean, if you don't want to do it yourself, just pay somebody.
Yeah.
I just promise you'll enjoy the results. But I find it really relaxing. I used to love it. I put music in or whatever I'm doing, just kind of zone out the same way I would just be detailing. And yeah, I don't know. You'll like it. It's fun.
Nice. Tony Mazel
Hey,
saying, guys,
I know that guy.
were the flying buttress things on Chevy Avalanches black originally? I'm looking at some faded ones, and I have both bottles of solution finish in my hands. So, Tony,
Sale
great
pillars.
question. So,
It's like 2 grenades.
yeah. So, here's the deal. Yes and no. Now, sometimes many people go straight into black on the Avalanches because they assume that it was black originally. The black solution finish does have a dye in it. So it will dye the gray plastic black. Many times they have been re-dyed a couple different times, and they've been dyed or they've been heated up, but they're technically not black. They're a charcoal gray.
Very dark.
And you can use that fusion gray on there, and it might work better. But honestly, it looks better in the black for a lot of the plastics.
It
but
does.
it really just depends. Go around, check it out. If you see black plastic and gray plastic together in tread patterns or things like that, you'll notice the difference. So, like, I used to do a 3/4 ton avalanche that had because on those avalanches they have little toolboxes on the side that have the beds
in the
hollow, so you
walls.
can store stuff. Those were black, but the trim on the lowers was gray.
To me, that
So-
just looks wrong.
But the whole
But it
buttress
is-
was black.
yeah,
So
yeah.
in those instances, it just depended on how you have to really do your research on the vehicle and see, because most of them were all gray from the factory or fresh like a black. So, but you could end up just dyeing the gray black.
But when
with
they fade, I
solution
mean, they
finish
fade
black.
to
They all
borderline
fade to the same
super
color.
light gray to the point where it's like, why not
Yeah,
just go whole
you don't
hog?
know. So do a little research and then go with your gut. Trust your
Same
gut.
goes for Honda Elements and
Those are
Pontiac
always-
Aztecs
those were always
and-
gray.
Yeah,
The Elements were always a
you're
gray.
looking at basically same.
So,
deal. I mean, my orange Element was super dark gray. It looked black for all intents.
You
and
could have, but
purposes.
that same thing.
Yeah.
You could have put solution finish on
Yeah.
in black,
and nobody would
would have noticed. But you could also done
difference.
fusion gray, and nobody would have noticed.
So consult with the owner, see what they
yeah.
are looking for,
Yeah.
and then act
Yep.
accordingly.
Occasional gentleman saying, "Hey team, we finally cleaned my car's interior using Color Lock products. I noticed that the brush was pulling some of the color off the seat bolsters. I'm applying the Color Lock sealant shield. Is it layerable since the clear seems to be gone from the bolster, and I want to do everything I can to keep it protected? Yes, but you got to let it dry. Don't wipe it off. Wipe it on, let it dry. Then you can lay another coat after it's dried. You can also use a blow dryer or heat gun to heat that area to help it dry a little quicker. If the color is starting to pull, it's because that was previously dyed. That's what it's pulling, is the
Previously
old dye.
dyed, or that clears is broken down.
Or the clear's just so old.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Now,
It's
before we
kinda
jump to
tough.
the next one, Nick has a super chat there.
Oh,
Toast.
another one,
Super
Toast
chat.
707, nice.
Thank you, Toast.
Northern California, aka the Deep South. Thanks, Toast 707. Appreciate it, man.
I mean, who can tell
awesome.
the difference anymore, right?
That's great.
And,
Ron,
whoop, wrong Ron.
Ron
There we
says,
go.
I used Stjarnaglas Forced on a bug-covered Audi Q5. It literally melted the bug remains off the hood and the bumper cover.
It is
Did
insane.
it
I need
melt
to
off the
reorder
bumper
some more.
cover?
So I will say, I've got a liter of Forced. I've gone through.
It's not enough. You want more.
You want more. So just so you guys know, we just placed a reorder. We do have 5 liters
5 liters.
that will be coming later this summer. So we just put in the reorder like yesterday.
I will say, I went to Fulfillment, man, just the other day. Was pulling some stuff. Crazy to see how much Stjarnaglas has been flying off the shelf.
People love forced.
I was going in. I was asking the guys. I said, "Hey, when's this last time this was restocked?" And they're like this morning. I said, "Really?" And he's like, "Yeah, dude. It's really kicking up now." And I'm like, "Well, this is freaking awesome. This is great, right?" I'm like, "What's been selling?" And everybody's like, "Everything." Like they don't know. They don't know what to say. They look like they'd seen. They're like, everything's selling. It's all selling.
It's all gone.
Which is just so cool because again, there's some just absolutely big hitters in the Sternogloss line, but I love that everybody's giving everything a shot, as I think it deserves everything to get a shot.
They deserve to be discovered by people.
Forced, me and Levi were ecstatic when Tim grabbed us, who runs a lot of the shipping and packing. And he says, "Hey man, or guys, I got a box over here that had there was just a few bottles of Sternogloss that kind of had some dents in it or some scratches on the label."
Scratch and dents.
And he's like, I just wanted to see, do you guys want any of these at all before we move them to the other pile? And we're like, yes. Me and Levi are running, clawing at the...
Yeah, we're grabbing 2-3 bottles.
I'm like, I grabbed Forced and I grabbed some Snow, and I'm like...
So what I love about Snow, just 100 milliliters. Literally 100 milliliters is all you need in that in your foam cannon, and the rest water. Yeah. And holy cow, when I washed my parents' car last night, I used Forced on the wheels and tires and the inner fender wells and on the door jambs and on the motor, but it was Forced 4-to-1 with water. Mm-hmm. And then sprayed everything, scrubbed it, cleaned everything, and then I took the Snow, sprayed thick shaving cream foam. Yeah. Augie was like, "Spray my hands. I just want to play with it." So it came out really nice. Mm-hmm. And then I used Mata as my wash soap.
Yeah. You love Mata.
I love Mata. It's such a perfect soap. And then and then just started polishing after I was done. I clayed it. And
I was telling Dane that I did Snow last Friday. I did Snow in GSF. Mm-hmm. Right, so I did GSF in my bucket, Snow on the car, right, and I ended it with Dreammaker, right, and that was before that photo. I wanted to go take some photos.
That's just like
right?
Dessert with dessert on top of dessert.
People are walking by, just like you can tell they're walking by my I live in the most active neighborhood ever. They're walking, they kind of look over.
That's how my neighborhood is,
and they're just walking. They smell and they look over at me.
Mine next.
I just tell people, I'm like, there's a list, there's a line you have to get in, and. But yeah, dude, it was a crazy combination. It was like coconut, cherry with like the Dreammaker watermelon at the end. It was so fruity in my driveway. It was amazing. It was awesome.
So yeah, Ron says I need to reorder some more. Nice.
Alkaline Trio says Polycarb describes G. Davis' relationship with donuts. That's right. Hilarious.
That's pretty true.
And then Simon Bach says it's not glass specific towels, but sometimes it happens on the paint too. Car Pro BOA 350 GSM 16 by 24.
That's a long nap. It's a long nap towel, the BOA, and so it's technically you're going to have that on glass regardless, especially with the longer fibers.
Try some Rag Company towels though. Just throwing that out there.
Wouldn't argue against.
Jay Bear says I clean when it was O&R and Dry Me a River. Works awesome.
Nice.
Perfect combination.
Good JB says, what is the difference between Color Lock conditioner and Protector?
That's a fair question.
So conditioner conditions the seats. Yeah. Protector is a sealant to help basically reduce friction on the surface of the seats. So
Protector is our sealant.
Yeah, Protector is our sealant. So otherwise known as conditioner and Protector.
Because that's the thing is when somebody is thinking
shield and sealant.
Conditioner is kind of like a
so Protector and conditioner.
No, but shield is the sealant.
Yeah, so shield is our sealant. Protector is the conditioner. Right?
No.
Are we off? All right.
No, JB is what we need you to do.
I think we just confused him more.
We got to move on. But
send us an email.
Send us an email at levi@theradcompany.com.
I'll tell you the truth. But basically what it is there is a conditioner that is designed to condition the leather. It is there to soften and make it more supple.
It does not.
Then there is another product, I believe it's Sealant Shield, and
there to add
that is designed to create abrasion resistance so that if you're getting in and out of the seats, it's going to protect that surface. It's going to make the surface a little slipperier so that you don't scratch or harm or damage the leather. You use Sealant Shield, a.k.a. on new leather. you use conditioner or protector, I believe, on leather that is older than 3 years old.
There we go.
That's what it is. So
okay, then we have JP, or we have Dabbler. It says, did the sound cut out? I don't know if we did.
Didn't hear that.
That was a while
we have
ago
40
anyway,
minutes ago.
JP, it says, any tips on how to remove tape residue from those weird 2005 Tacoma side mirror mounts? They're like a weird grippy mesh material, not straight plastic. Unsure on how to get it off.
No idea. None of us here know anything about Toyotas.
That's not true.
None of us have ever owned Toyotas.
Not true at all.
I have. I don't have any Toyotas.
You don't
drive a Toyota. You don't have any Toyotas.
No,
you have a lot of Hondas.
No, I do have a Toyota. I have a 4.
I have no Toyotas in my garage.
But you do.
I have a Toyota
Camry.
that was never sold in the U.S. So
Dane doesn't have a
that doesn't
Toyota.
help.
Any of the none of us have those.
Dane
Toyotas.
had a really nice Toyota.
I had a really, really nice new Tacoma.
So
was stripped from him.
The
It was the
weird
most boring
side
thing on earth
mirror
to drive.
mount tape residue.
I
I
would
don't
try
know
to
what that
use-
is. Send me
Okay.
a picture, JP.
I would try to use
Send me a picture.
try to use a little bit of IPA. It might dry out the trim
Yeah.
a little bit, but hey, at least it'll be relatively
A lot
safe.
of people are leaving some comments. They're saying panel wipe,
They're saying Ulex.
Coach Chemie Ulex. I wish I knew what that was. Send me a picture though. Levi at the Rag
picture would
Company.
immediately
Least
jog
aggressive
some
first and
memory
move up.
there.
Next up, we have Demo says, I had to start my maintenance wash at 6:15 this morning just to beat the heat. Dude, I bet you did, man. I know that true southern heat, right?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Really kicking in.
Yep.
And
Simon
then-
says he used O&R, just clearly not the correct towel. Fletcher saying, what do you guys like best for windshield washer fluid? No, you guys all know me.
Rain-X.
Orange Rain-X.
Yeah, that's what
I don't use
too.
windshield
It's the
wiper
best.
fluid
It's
because
the
I
best.
don't.
You don't
think
like
it's an-
spraying anything
It's
on your car.
It's an unvirgin wash
So,
solution.
you know my biggest pet peeve
Don't
right now?
like it.
What?
I don't have a windshield washer bottle in the Suburban.
What?
Why haven't you put it back in yet?
Well, no, my line broke.
Oh, that's right.
Did you try to do your sister tank method?
Well, no, no, so here's what I did. I bought a new tank.
Larger.
No,
are my
it's smaller. It's an
sister
S10
wife's
tank.
Okay.
But I bought that to relocate because of where it's at on the truck now. The bumper is in the way.
Yeah.
So I need to relocate that new tank. But when I was moving the lines, one of them cracked. So I have to order new windshield washer fender lines to attach to my jug. So this morning I'm getting in the Suburban, windshield's covered in pollen, dust, sap. Couldn't do nothing.
Couldn't do
Just had to
nothing.
drive and let the wind blow on it. It was really frustrating.
Dang,
That would
that's
be
unfortunate.
frustrating.
As a man who likes to spray,
Yeah.
I love spraying on things. And it just, I love watching them wipers go. Anyway, Dabbler says, sorry, I meant to say panel wipe, not panel prep. G. Davis says, so close to 65.8 subscribers. I'm rooting for you guys. Well, so, in case you're wondering, G, today we hit over 10 million views on YouTube.
We did.
Hey!
So that's pretty good.
That is.
Yeah.
pretty
Jolie
good.
Woo says, I have some tiny dark spots on my hood. Doesn't seem to come off from a wash. What could it be? Hard to tell because my car's dark blue. How can I get rid of it? Jolie,
Could
send
be
me it could be tree sap. Send me an email, levi@theragcompany.com with some pictures and we'll help you out. Alkaline saying, Anthony, I have the better part of a gallon of the McGuire's glass concentrate. Would it be suitable for house window cleaning? Desperately trying to use it up.
So, dude,
I don't think it's
I
gonna hurt.
still have a half a gallon of that stuff. I'm pretty sure it's bad now because
Oh.
the color is definitely no longer good. It's all brown. It used to be purple. It's still it still smells like grapes,
But it's like
but
muddy
a
purple now.
brown grape, right?
brown grape.
And I couldn't even find a way to use all that, man.
Nothing
I'm
we
actually
all like more than brown grapes.
well, I just don't know what the heck to do with it. And no, it's not suitable for interior stuff, mainly for the fact that you want it to be a very universal wash method when you're doing the windows. You don't that glass cleaner won't have any use there.
Yeah.
I can't think of any way to use that for professional window cleaning style. But I mean, I don't know, man. You have mirrors in the house. You can use it for mirrors around the house. You could use it for.
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
It's
glass.
also just
I
it's like
mean-
it's also alcohol based. I guess if you have granite countertops, you could wipe that down with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that gets kind of hard.
Yeah.
What do you do with the glass cleaner when you have so much of it?
I mean, at this point, have you felt like you got your money's worth out of it?
Yeah,
Because if
Because
they
I
don't,
think that gallon only
need to
costs
use
like
it.
$30,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
For a gallon of that concentrate.
And how long ago was that when you got it? So
Yeah.
G. Davis says, Alkaline, I've given up bread, but I still sniff the local convenience store donut rack when no one's looking.
Nice.
Jeff C. says, I've always used my Ultra Clay towel by dropping in a bucket of 256 to 101R, wringing it out slightly before going to the panel. This is how Yvonne did it on the Wash Clay Wax vid. Now I read on the website, it says not to soak in liquid or squeeze wring out. Have I been doing it wrong?
No, it's
No,
fine.
Jeff, what it is
Yeah.
is it doesn't like to live in O&R.
We just didn't want people soaking it in there for like months on end.
Yeah.
Just because that's what people are going to want.
Because I did that.
Sit.
Because I
That's-
let mine just chill because I wanted to see what happens.
So what happened, Levi?
It softens the rubber and makes it really hard to use. So what you don't want to do is just let it sit. You know, like let's say you've got O&R and you let your sponges live in there. Don't throw your clay towel in there and leave it in there unless you're planning on using it every day. Because every day you're going to be able to wring it out, use it, work on it, throw it back in. The key is when you're done with it, wring it out, lay it out, let it dry.
Yeah.
That's all. That's it.
Really quick, we have about 20 minutes left.
Yeah.
We're 36 minutes behind. So, Dane, you're going to have to start using your finger, and Levi, you're going to have to start blasting.
Here we go.
We're on
Philip
page
Van
2.
Boeven.
It's going to be fine.
Are you
I
sure?
On the
promise you,
subject
we're
of clay
fine
towels,
pacing.
I had
sure?
a
Okay.
scenario
You're fine.
that marred the crap out of a black BMW and a few cars before I figured out the problem. I did too. I previously did work on a white Scion single stage clear mix, heavy oxidation, discovered the white paint has titanium dioxide in the paint that is now embedded in the towel. Power Clean did not clean it. I only use it on glass now. There you go. Yeah, no, that's something you got to watch out for is really making sure. So Graham says, do you think a wax type style event would work in the States?
We would love it, but
it'd be cool if we could, but I mean, we have Mobile Tech. We had SDC at the same time during Wax Stock that is just detailing only. It had some cars. It was
but they're not
small.
The same. Like they
No one was
attract
selling product, so it's a different.
It's like dancing around the subject
close.
without doing the
Close.
same thing. Wax Stock specifically, I think would be super cool, but you'd have to tie it more into the car culture side of stuff to really get that turnout that you're looking for.
Yeah.
So you'd have to combine it with some of those kinds of events.
So we already got Ryan's
Ryan.
questions.
We already answered that one, Ryan.
Yeah.
We got it towards the beginning.
Should I compound out the marring? How long should I wait to do that? Let it dry. G. Davis, thoughts on Obi-Wan on Disney? It's the best thing they've done thus far, in my opinion. I am watching the final episode tonight.
I have not watched the final episode.
I've actually enjoyed it. I thought it's good. My wife and I did laugh that it's funny how there seems to only be 5 planets in this entire canon.
There have been things I liked in it, but for the most part, I've been underwhelmed. I'm sorry to say. I know I bum everybody out when I say that stuff, but like, there's some really goofy things.
Well, that's
like
because,
when they're
that's
chasing.
because Dane watched RRR.
Okay.
And now everything else is underwhelming
Dane is
to
now
him.
done. He is a Bollywood
He's
convert.
only a fan of weird Bollywood British films that have constant action and little leopards being thrown at other people.
Dane
My favorite-
says he gives certain movies now 3 leopards thrown. That's what he calls it.
Yeah.
He
It's
goes,
good
"I
old
get that
leopard hucking.
Yeah.
He goes, that everything all at
Steve's-
once right up close. He's like, that was a 3 leopard movie. And we're like,
Yeah.
wow.
So, as
all
far
right.
as recent movies I've seen, Everything Everywhere All at Once is still my favorite thing I've seen in ages. Like, it hit me at an emotional core. Amazing movie. Top Gun Maverick, super solid. Felt like it was a movie
another
that was
3
made
leopards thrown
for a different time period,
Yeah.
and it just happens to be like an 80s movie that was released today with like modern tech and stuff.
Yeah.
I really appreciate the streamlined storytelling. Really amazing, like actual stunt work and everything. Super cool.
Yeah.
And then RRR, which I watched on Netflix a couple nights ago, just blew my mind. Sebastian said it best. That's the most movie I've gotten out of a movie in a while. So, yeah, no, that is incredible. It's got a little stilted, janky effects and acting, but oh my gosh, is it a lot of movie.
Yeah. So
Okay.
anyway, moving on.
Moving on.
And we have
Ridiculous says, hey, TRC gang. My wife's Edge ST got CSL Exo'd last year. The bottom half of the car and hatch is super flat. I clayed and iron X'd after an OG decon soap wash. Any thoughts? CTV3 doesn't that mask the flaw? No. So with an SiO2 sealant or coating, you do need to replace SiO2 in it because it acts like Swiss cheese and it gets holes. That's what happens. And so you need to fill some of those holes. And some of those holes cause that. That's kind of one of the innate features of a product like that.
Did he say he
clayed, Iron-X'd, and OG. So you've done everything that you need to do. I would add CTV3 to replenish and replace those hydrophobics. Ridiculous. Graham Marshall, thanks, lads, and thanks, John, for your help.
Nice.
G. Davis says the gold tooth would go a long way to addressing Levi's fantasies of a young Roseanne Barr.
Oh, man.
Awesome. By the way, from Jeff, glad to see you guys made it back healthy from your world travels. I didn't go anywhere, but my son brought home the COVID from daycare and infected both my wife and I despite 3 shots. I'm sorry, Jeff. That's no fun.
Sorry,
we're not laughing at your thing. That's terrible.
That was bad timing in the line of things.
Scott saying, I used to sell HVAC equipment. The care and maintenance part of most manuals for AC recommends to apply an automotive wax a year. Coating the casing of your AC unit is solid advice. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate that.
Good plan.
G. Davis says the IROC woman addressed Dane's paternity when she accepted Chili's Area Manager of the Year award in 2020. That's funny. Dino, Anthony, it's just maybe a Sonax thing. I also get that on my car when I used to put Sonax's polymer net shield on. Beads like hell, but leaves a lot of dirt and everything after every rain or wind. Huh, smart.
All right, moving to page 1 now.
All right.
Toast.
And that's
we
the
already
super
did
chat
that. Yeah.
from Toast.
There we go.
Detailing vibes. What's a good maintenance shampoo for weekly washing? Mata, GSF, Bubbler, Pearl. All of them are great.
Yeah.
All of those are great soaps every week if you want to use them.
Yeah.
The occasional gentleman's seats were definitely not re-dyed in the past. I'm the only owner of the vehicle, so it does seem like the clear in that area has begun to fail. Although visually the seat still looks new. Look for some Shield or Sealant and apply it and let it dry, and then you can apply it again. But it's the Shield or Sealant, Color Lock Sealant. We've got it on our web store. Joey Belinsky, I also re-upped on Force today because I used a bunch to deep clean the barbecue for the summer. Worked like a charm. Nice. Enjoy, man. Yang Lu, my car has to be parked outside. How to protect against the elements and stop accumulating leaves and dust. You have to put a car cover over it, Yang. That's how you're going to get it. Like, you can put your protection on to help you. All the protection's job is to help get that stuff off easier.
And that way the bad stuff happens to the protection,
right?
And not the paint.
Anthony, could you imagine if you had to park the Evo outside every day?
Ooh. I would never do that.
I'm just saying, what if?
Sacrifice.
I'd
make a lot of sacrifices in life to not have to do that.
Let's say you were forced
into a scenario where somehow your car is now roofless. There's no way you can park it under any kind of structure.
Let's just say
can't put a roof over
your
its
job
head.
Here.
What?
Say you lose your job here.
Why would you put that out there like
I'm just saying.
What are you trying to say?
Just saying.
God.
And you and Katie have to sell the house.
Oh,
you have to
my
move into an
gosh.
apartment.
Oh,
okay.
no.
And you can't, and you have to, you have
he
to
doesn't get
liquidate
the covered parking
and he has to
spots
sell
either.
everything except for the truck and the CRZ.
Okay.
And you fight for the Evo. But she's like, get rid of the Civic, get rid of the motorcycles, get rid of all that.
You can only keep the Evo if you park it
Let's
outside.
say you can only keep the Evo, and you're like, I have to park it outside because you don't have the money for a secure covered
pay
facility.
For that cool covered spot.
You can't pay for a covered spot. Dane doesn't have any room in his garage.
No.
I don't have any room in my garage. You can't park it at Jeff's.
And the van's parked under the deck, so you can't park there at my house either.
And you're forced. What would you do?
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself
hypothetical.
In one of those easy up tents, right?
Okay.
Mobile detailing, easy up tents, right?
Right, but what if the apartment complex says you can't do that?
The apartment complex is going to kick you out for that.
That's the thing. Since it's an apartment complex, I feel like the employment opportunities there would be pretty easy since I've lost my job. I would be running the apartment complex.
There you go.
I would find a way. I would say, who runs this place,
did
right?
You see, as you were saying it, his mouth was getting drier as he's just nervously contemplating.
He saw it was like you were lost in the maze for a second there, and then you saw the way out.
Nobody likes working in an apartment complex, but I would if I got to find good parking and I'd make it work, right?
Yeah.
They're like, who makes the rules around here? It's that guy with the weird tent around his car, right?
Yep, exactly.
He makes the rules here. I run the freaking apartment complex, right?
Wow,
I make
for
these
$25
rules.
a month, he could have gotten a covered parking spot. We don't let him him have that.
Yeah. No, I figure out a way to.
So Yang, so Yang, your car has to be parked outside. I'm sorry, man. Short of maybe like Anthony said, get a tent. But what if the wind catches it?
Yeah, well,
gotta make sure it's battened down.
I would create some type of,
you gotta batten it down. Concrete.
Create some type of
concrete buckets.
If you put concrete buckets or any kind of thing to weigh down those corners, you're creeping and encroaching into other parking spots.
Correct.
And people are gonna get mad at you.
So car cover.
And they might do things to your car as a result. So,
but Yang, you can buy a car cover.
Yeah. Honestly, then
we missed the last one, Dane.
Car cover might be better, but I don't know. Sometimes car covers are worse.
And we missed the one before that, Dane.
No, that was
You're
Yang.
going to you did
Yang is the top
there
one.
You go.
Yeah. Told you.
I was looking at the next one.
Yeah. No,
so nope. There, ridiculous. What's the best dilution for IK Foam Pro 2 with PNS insect remover? 5-1.
Bug off.
Yeah, with bug off. Terry Schwartz, my car has some rubber stains on it that Green Star can't remove. Any recommendations? Yes.
Is that Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Probably. It's Terry Schwartz.
As seen through,
you've got rubber stains on the paint, right? That's what you're talking about. Lacquer thinner. Honestly, works best. Ulex, easy to use. Shara, easy to use. It's basically, if you think it's rubber, it could be tar. It's probably what it is. So either of those solvents will work. Be all end all. Yeah. Only on paint with a white towel, I recommend, is lacquer thinner. Juan Muza. NGL, I get so paranoid with microfibers. Any tips to help know when to discard one or clean it?
So, Juan, I will tell you right now, I used to be the same way, right? Microfibers have a lot more wiggle room than what you think they have. If I had $1 for every time I've seen Levi drop a towel and look at it and say, yeah, it's probably good, and I'd be a rich man, right? They are delicate. They do pick up a lot of stuff, right? But like when something falls on my garage floor, I don't immediately discard it. I look at it, I see it, I check it out, see what got me it picked up, and then I just know that it needs to be washed, and maybe another inspection if I need it. But for the most part, it's good to be careful about how you wash them and how you store them. But really, if you're washing them properly, if you're storing them in some nice bins or some nice bags or however you like to do it, that's the best you can do without losing your mind. And any further than that, I know that there's guys that will sit. There's a guy I met at one time that said he used to set his towels out when he like watching a show, and then he would take tweezers and go through.
And he would take tweezers.
Yeah, now, and he would tweeze out and tweeze. And I'm like, do you ever find anything? He's like, I find things every once in a while. I'm like, I feel like you're gonna pick up more crap by the matter of times you're handling the towel rather than
But like a little inside baseball for you. Basically, as a company representative, when it comes to offering microfiber towels and stuff like that, it's in our best interest and your best interest to err on the side of caution, because we can't be there to babysit everybody's decision. Everybody thinks differently. If your towel looks good to you and you want to use it, but you haven't been able to check it totally, we can't guarantee one way or the other that's going to be perfect, because we weren't there when it happened, so we don't know. So it's much easier to simply say, use a different towel, because that's just the safer option. However, if you trust yourself and you know your limits and everything, and you know a towel like, I think that's okay, use your best judgment. And that's really the best you can hope for. But as people who work for a company, we're not going to tell somebody to do something potentially dangerous, because that just leads to issues down the line that nobody needs.
Efren Delgado saying, good afternoon, TRC. Question, can Last Cut or Uno Protect be used as a paint enhancement with a black pad? Yep, totally. Dan says, I emailed Gabe a while ago about a certain vehicle TRC might restore in the future. Has he mentioned it at all? I never heard back from him. Nope.
We don't talk about that.
No, we haven't. So Dan says, hello and word up from Omaha. Coming in late lately.
Ooh.
He's in a different state. That's what happens.
That's what happens. Well, that's why he's late, right?
Juan says, Toyotas don't get those kind of problems.
Ooh, what problems are those?
No, we're just talking about all the problems. Mark Alonzo. Why does my APC stain leather seats when I accidentally leave the bottle on the seat and it leaks? I diluted 15-1 with distilled water. Because it's just what it does. All APCs will do that. That's also why they tell you don't spray the product directly on the seat, because the few seconds that it's sitting there is the most it has to clean that area, and it's going to start affecting the leather. So that's why they always say spray it into your scrubber. and start there first.
APCs, you just have to leave wherever, like, no matter where you set it. Always be mindful and know that it probably will leak. I mean, on anything, right? Even if it's in your garage. Dude, I had a bottle of APC diluted 20-1. I set it on my Husky butcher block, crank table I have. Set it on there. I'm like, there's no way that would leak, right? Yeah. Oh, it found a way to leak, right? And I went and picked up nice big APC ring on that butcher block. I'm like, dang it.
Yep. I would say for pretty much any company out there that sells an APC of any kind, they're going to get more customer service responses about that one particular thing, APCs, than almost any other product, because people just find all kinds of magical ways to misuse them or misplace them or do something unintentionally, and stuff happens. So, yeah, you just got to be super mindful when dealing with
How it's going to go. G. Davis says, Dan Pfeiffer, are you at the College World Series? Yes, among other things.
Oh, wow.
Talking baseball. G. Davis says, Levi's truck reservoir also has a shady history at the Idaho DMV.
Truck reservoir? Is that like taking a Chevy to the levee?
Very cool. That's on my bucket list. And then Luke Newman, hope you guys enjoyed Waxstock. Shame I didn't get to see you in my hometown of Coventry. See you guys next year. By the way, soap or rinseless? I still can't make my mind up. Luke,
both.
We do both. Plain.
And Luke, enjoy a nice burger at the Cozy Club for us.
Yeah.
Let us know how it is. Matt, the reviewer, says, what's the number one worst abuse for a ceramic coating?
Like, honestly, what's the worst thing?
Honestly, all of it is abuse to a ceramic coating. Realistically,
I mean, the number one thing that's going
to... What do you mean? Are beating it or not beating it?
Washing it, cleaning it, using a car wash, letting it sit out in the elements.
I was going to say, driving down a gravel road,
it's a sacrificial layer. Its job is to...
take abuse.
Its job is to take that abuse.
It takes the abuse so that your paint
of everything.
That's the goal.
I still think that, like, dry wiping, not ideal. Oh, it depends on what your version of abuse is. If there's swirls in your coating and that doesn't bother you, then it's not abuse, I guess. I don't know. Anything can abuse a coating.
Yeah.
G. Davis says, Dane, you'll have to start using your finger. The Bark and Per manager addressing Dave's love of boutique cat food.
What the hell is this sentence? What is this?
Because you said you went to Bark and Per and it was a boutique place that even had like boutique cat food. Yeah. And then you remembered I told you to only buy
Iams. People just latch onto these super niche, like,
so good.
Moment and a
G. Davis is the, you got to remember,
throwaway
G. Davis
comments.
Was home. Taking notes. Watching.
I would just love to see
keeping tabs on the market.
Cat food, and the manager say, "You're gonna have to use your finger." So he sticks his finger in the cat food as it like makes a really weird squelching sound.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "So what do you think about that?"
Yeah. I'm like, I'm not very comfortable right now. Can I leave?
I just want to pay for this thing.
Ridiculous said, has KCX said if they're doing a 5 liter of Motorplast?
Don't know at this
they haven't
point.
said that. The Sam Squatch, happy for another Thursday. Excellent videos, products, and tips. Sorry, missed the first one. Just got in some Stiarna gloss, and I'm feeling the hype. Amazing. Now I see why Mata is your favorite. Thanks, man.
How do you like it, stuff. Man?
The stress 5 on Anthony's face, thinking about his car being parked outside.
That's why we enjoyed pushing.
G. Davis says Anthony's CRZ would be a huge hit at his 1,300 square foot duplex in Emmett.
You have no idea how true that is, right? If I pull up an Emmett in the Honda CRZ, those guys would be like, dude, that's a Ferrari right there. And I'd be like, it's actually a Honda CRZ.
Head on down to Roanne's driving for some burgers and fries.
Like, you should take that out to car night tonight. I'm like, what's going to be out there, right?
Couple trucks.
They got a couple trucks. They got, what's left of a 67.
Yeah, nice, fun.
Camaro, whatever the hell was that around there. I don't know. They're I don't know. I haven't really seen the Emmett cars. They do have the car show.
They have a really great car show.
And
there.
I know it's nice. I can't
during the Cherry Festival. Graham says Dan Pfeiffer, Omaha. And then Han says never use APC on leather. It's too caustic, even diluted. Correct. Alkaline, G. Davis, good luck with your donut sniffing. And G says, I'm always watching and taking notes. And we got 4 minutes left, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Get those last minute questions in, and anything you guys have to throw in at the 3-minute stretch. What do we got?
Wonder if everybody's feeling that.
You guys were wondering, we were watching Goodwood Festival of Speed all day today. Had it on the TV playing.
That's not current, is it?
On the that's live. It was happening today.
It was live.
That was live. We started
we were watching a replay from a few hours earlier.
Well, the feed started at 7:30 a.m.
Right.
We had connectivity issues until about 9:30 when our internet kind of came back on about 9:15 or so. Once we got it loaded up, we were able to continually stream it. So we watched the last couple hours live, and then it restarted that morning for us so we could watch. So.
All right, questions are coming in. Nick is asking, do you watch Formula One? I watch Drive to Survive, so I guess you could call me a filthy casual viewer. But hey, you know what? That counts.
I also watch Drive to Survive.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It may not be the most accurate at all times, but it's fun.
Big Car Killa says, morning fellas, 3 times recommended pads, compounds for my new 6-inch Milwaukee 21mm DA.
Dude, go to the Rupes pads, seriously.
Yeah, do the Rupes 6-inch pads on everything. Yeah. All of them are great.
Yellow wool, blue
wool. All that. All
and
the
then
foams.
G. Davis, is the T-Bird paint original? It is.
No. The paint.
Or no. Sorry.
I don't know when it was resprayed.
The body, what's left of it, is original. Yeah. Most of it. The interior is original, I believe, for the most part. There's a little bit of reupholstery done. But the paint
I don't think there was even reupholstery. It looks original.
Was it a black car first, or do you think it was always blue?
No, I think it was always blue. I think when they repainted it, they tried to match the original color.
Close.
But when you look at where the serial plate is and stuff inside the door, you can clearly see there's some like overspray and stuff. So it's pretty clear there was a repaint. It looks decent, though. Like, I mean, up until you're right on top of it, you don't really notice.
Yep. Ryan says, have a fantastic weekend, fellas. Appreciate you guys very much. Thank you, Ryan. Joey says, I bought a new OLED TV last night. You guys look great on it today.
Fancy.
Thank you.
Oh, of course, we're going to full screen that for you,
full screen high def for you right there.
Enjoy.
Nick says he loves that show.
Us too.
Dan says, I bought a gallon of glass concentrate 4 years ago.
Dan, I'll throw away mine if you throw away yours.
There you
go.
Solidarity,
we take a video and see it together.
Throw it away in solidarity and move on together if you would like.
Ridiculous says, have you guys ever tried PNS's fabric coating? I have. I'm not 100% happy with it. That's why we don't carry it.
Yeah.
That's all.
If we carry something, it's because we personally have vouched for it. It's something we believe in. That's why we carry it.
Yep, that's all.
Yeah. All right, guys. All right. Well, that gets us right up to the line. Oh, wait a second.
Tanker.
That's a nice little
hello from LA.
comment.
I just want to say I love your guys' channel, and you guys are entertaining me when I was going through tough times. God bless you guys. Thank you, Tanker. We appreciate it, man.
We really appreciate it.
Thank you for tuning in and watching us.
Yeah.
And then, Ron, another great Q&A. Thank you, Ron. We appreciate it. And all right, now it's 4 o'clock. We're done. Dane, take us home.
So, guys, gals, before you leave, if you haven't clicked the like button yet, I'm going to remind you one more time. Please click that like button. That gets these Q&As out in front of more people. They see that we answer questions, and they'll be here hopefully next time to get their questions answered.
There you go.
Because we're trying to build a community here. I don't know if you've noticed that, but that's really what we're going for. Speaking of communities, if you're bored and you're looking for a place to post like more fun Q&A-esque kind of stuff, you can go to Facebook. You can go find the Rag Company group on there. The Rag Company discussion group. We throw memes in there. We talk about stuff that came up on the podcast.
We talk about Dane's love of loose meat sandwiches.
Yeah, or my hatred of loose meat sandwiches.
Right.
Sloppy Joes are not my friends. So that is something to ponder. Anyway, guys, anything left before we go?
That's it.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. You have a great weekend. I'm sure we will too. And take care of yourselves.
Bye.
See you next week.
See ya.